Yo, what's up, world? Like, I was just gonna say, like, whoa, hold on, there's a camera in my face. Where did that come from? How did that happen?
Sorry, I moved it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that big thing in the corner there?
Get that out of your face.
Get that out of here.
There you go.
Let's just put
Hello, world.
Hey, there we are.
Hello.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 2, Expedition Dracana, a fate, core, horror, survival, fantasy adventure. Last week we met our cast of characters. Everyone became introduced. Met at the estate of Longy. However, she was not there. She had already headed off to Garritcer Harbor, where she was making plans and arrangements for the journey to come. So the rest of the party loaded up in the Vree carriage and rode their way to the coast. They headed off on the 15th sword of Summer's descent.
Oh, wait.
Pull up the calendar.
Wait. We need the calendar. We need the calendar for this.
The exact date, please.
Nope, that was it.
Yeah, here's the calendar, and so we're in the summer months here in the yellow. 15th sword of Summer's descent was the day that they left Othilium. They traveled for, I think, 3 days. Stayed the night in the town. Had a near encounter with some angry lumberjacks who accused Jimothy of selling them some false goods.
Those goods were perfectly valid. It was up to user error.
Slept in the town and headed out the next day and into a storm and into the waiting kind of trap of some highwaymen who had set up a carriage or a cart across a bridge and had a fight with these bandits who wanted to stop your expedition. And what the party had learned is that these bandits had been paid off by someone, presumably some other expedition, but busted into a fight and didn't get a chance to ask the question. However, someone, I don't remember who, but someone in the party had specifically mentioned holding on to, like, Big Thom and trying to, like, wrestle him into the carriage, right? Weren't you guys talking about trying to figure out that?
That was not me.
I believe I grappled him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Minute.
Yeah, you were grabbed onto him, and you guys were trying to get into the carriage, or maybe we didn't get to the point where you guys had actually got into the carriage. But you are grappled with him.
I had
right?
grappled him and pressured him up against the flame wall from the bridge. Was using that to my advantage in order to wrestle him to the ground because I believe we needed information.
Yep.
We're interested in getting information from him.
Yeah, but you guys instead rallied the wagon and pulled the wagon away. And so, in this moment of decision making, Alexi, you have Big Thom. You're grappled with him. Mm-hmm. You can like attempt to pull him over to the wagon with you, and then have a contest in which he's trying to basically break the grapple, and you're trying to, like, pull him in with you. If you guys are trying to hold on to him.
Do I roll for that, or?
Yeah. Do you want to do that? Like, you can try to. Well, I guess he's grappled with you right now. So, are you wanting to try to get onto the wagon? Then you need to have a contest, or, like, grapple roll with him to try to, like, pull him with you.
Do I use
Athletics?
Athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll grab Big Thom.
Okay.
Absolutely. Who doesn't want to grab Big Thom?
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Big Thom did not do so great.
Well, you did a little better than I did. Big Thom does have a pretty good athletics score, but I ended up with a 1.
So, let's see. End up with a 0. I'll spend a token though.
Yeah, you'll spend it. Oh, I also need fate points.
How do you justify it?
How do I justify it?
Yeah, which
aspects?
which aspect are you using?
Where did that little jar go with all that?
That's a good point. I would justify it by saying... Let me think about this for a second. I guess if I'm trying to talk it out, someone was paid off in order to put obstacles in our path so that we couldn't make our way there. And I want to know who it is, because do they know who I am? Do they know who the rest of the team is? If he's got information towards blocking us from getting further towards the north, I'd like to know who that is, because they may be preventing me from finding my family.
Yeah.
It could be a rival team.
Yeah.
We did have, some of our...
That seems totally reasonable. That is the implication, is that it's a rival team.
Iron Tusk was spotted in the with. I guess
Yeah,
his
you know that
companion.
he's in one of the other crews.
So he might have been the one. He might have been involved even in my family's disappearance. So that is how I would justify that.
Oh, I meant
narratively.
what aspect are you invoking?
Yeah.
He's
using his high concept.
I see.
It's sort of
I'm
like-
sorry.
His high concept is
high
that he's
concept.
the
searching for
drive
something.
of that high concept.
My high concept using that I saw my rival. And
Yeah,
we did not
read your
end
high
on-
concept for the audience.
So my high concept is I am a rugged human sellsword in search of my family.
Yeah.
Basically, both my son and my ex-wife have gone missing, headed towards north on their own expeditions for their own reasons, and I am trying to recover what remains of them, if they are still alive. So that's my primary motivation.
All right, cool. So you boost up enough to win the grapple, and you're able to like pull into the carriage, but he's still hanging out of the grapple. So or out of the carriage part way, and the carriage is moving right now, and the guy that was with him, Corbin the Crow. You're like, you're kind of still wrestling with Big Thom as you're hanging out of the window of the carriage, and you look out and you see him grab a horse that he had like kind of tied up down next to the bridge.
The Crow?
The Crow, yeah. He was the leader of the gang.
Okay.
And he's like coming up in hot pursuit, like he's gonna try to save Big Thom, and Big Thom is kind of halfway hanging out of the carriage still. So what I want to do is
Big Thom was not the leader, but he was the one who was provoking all that.
Big Thom.
He had the bravado.
Big Thom was the grappler.
Was
next
he
to the leader.
He was the one who was doing all the talking last
No.
time.
No. Big Thom was
Corbin
like
the Crow was the one that was doing the
short,
talking.
like grappler. He was like here's the tough guy. But
Exactly. Yeah, he was the pit fighter turned bandit.
All right.
And
The muscle.
that's the one that you have.
Well,
that's
I've got the
halfway
muscle.
hanging out of the side of the carriage here.
Muscle on muscle.
And
we better get the other guy.
Really quick, two things. If you're watching us on Instagram, you should get a better view on Twitch and join the chat. So we're on Instagram Live. We're trying that out. But join us in our Twitch room, which the link is in our bio. Number two is that we desperately need to do something with this gravity well here.
oh shoot!
My.
Sorry guys, I just like kicked it right into the.
I was ready to get right in.
I know,
It's like,
I was
let's
too.
go.
No introductions even. We're just right into it.
Roll.
Well, I wasn't gonna roll until I rolled a gravity.
Okay, fair enough. Oh!
Hurry, get it off! Get it off! Get it off!
Someone else give it a try.
Oh, I see. We can re-roll until we're.
Everyone gets one mulligan.
Okay.
It's expected. Everyone gets one.
Ooh.
16.
That's strong.
I accept the 16.
That's a good fair.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
It's a good B. Like,
But there are
solid
3
B.
more people that can roll.
I will not do it.
We might lose some people on that 16.
Do you want to put a bird on it?
I personally think 16 is pretty solid.
All
right.
If it were blackjack,
it's
I mean,
well
you just-
above average.
All right. And then let's move it right here so that we can show it to the camera again, because it's necessary.
For those of us who are joining our group for the first time. Can we work on putting effects so
product
fat
placement.
chords hopefully like drop it? It's just-
All right, so the gravity well has been activated. Now we can roll some more. So, yeah, a contest. So that one was, I just was doing like a single thing for you to get into the carriage, right? So a contest normally that you're like trying to get to 3 victories. So it's kind of like a back and forth. So it's like a race, right?
Okay.
But other people can also participate, and they could be like helping in some way. So now that you've pulled him in, other people are in or around the carriage. You're probably outside of it on your own wagon, right?
Yes, I'm behind
Yeah.
in my smaller goat-pulled carriage.
Yes. So Corbin is coming up to try to help the situation, so maybe you could interact with him in some way. But people that are like in the carriage or on top of the carriage maybe could join if they want to. I don't know how we determine that.
Initiative, you mean, or how to determine
Who is in the contest? Who are the participants?
Narrative.
I would say whoever was close, because I was actually on a horse. I jumped on.
Oh, were you?
I had jumped on a horse before it passed, so I'm pretty out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Lhanji's not here. Did you get back in the carriage?
I
mean, as the carriage was pulling by.
right at the end of the
okay.
last
Okay.
week, so
Well,
I think we missed.
what would
It
you
was
have
like-
done? It was basically blowing by you.
The thing
and
is, I
he's
was on
pulled
the other
himself
side of
in.
the bridge than the door on that side, so I probably would have grabbed the carriage.
There's doors on both sides of the carriage.
okay. Well, I probably would have. Yeah, I don't think I was, in
I thought
conflict with anyone,
Sophie's
so I would've-
character actually was trying to help you get in.
Way to
maybe I'm
abdicate,
making that
guys.
up. Sophie, is that right?
Yeah, she is.
I guess I'll just
she is
do it all
watching.
on my own.
I can't remember.
I mean, I would
thought
probably
that
be
was
getting
the
into the carriage as he was pulling away as well.
Well, we kicked around the idea, Josh, of people being allowed to act with either their character or their NPC every turn.
Yeah.
So you're like, on your turn, you're like, am I acting with my character or am I acting with my NPC and making that decision?
I think there were 2
So-
NPCs
Jimothy
in the
in all of this?
Jimothy and
He's still in town, I think.
And Tay.
Jimothy and Tay were in
would've
the
joined the
carriage
carriage.
before they started
No, he
pulling
was
away.
back
Yeah.
with me.
Well, we
gonna
could
say,
do that, and
I feel like
you guys are hopping on
It
horses
would
or
make
whatever.
sense.
So,
for-
Sophie
it would
said
make
she was
sense for-
driving,
Okay.
so
Oh yeah, she hopped in the
Is
in the.
Corbin riding up on a horse? Is he
in the
running
front.
up, or what's
He's coming up on a horse
Okay, is it from behind the carriage or from in
from
front?
behind the carriage.
Then I could potentially have my NPC try to knock the horse out of the way, and kind
Oh,
of
hell
just
yeah.
sort of like
Goat on
basically
horse?
like like this whole situation where it's like
No.
Yeah, totally chase scene.
yes, knock the horse off the bridge.
Yeah. Well, he's coming up, but he's not there yet, and you are wrestling with this guy. So Tay and Jimothy are inside, so Tay could interact.
Tay could. I'm trying to think if Tay would interact with 2 grappling men.
Don't make Jimothy be the hero in this right now.
I want to. I want Jimothy
As
to
a
like
player,
sway the.
I would interact with 2 grappling men.
well,
character.
Josh,
my.
I would be fishing for a fate token, but if you're into it, I think my snow vine is eating one of the people who was discarded onto the shore and is like not in this encounter and just catches up to us later because it is always hungry and undiscerning. It's trouble.
So you're trying to get a fate token?
Yeah.
Pay
By saying
for
that
the-
my NPC is not here and won't be any use.
Sure, I'll allow that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Money, baby, money.
Money, please.
I think
Because I'm not really close either. So.
What happened to that bowl of fate tokens?
It's behind you.
Okay, jeez.
The fated tokens.
I still don't have any fate tokens.
The bowl was inside of you the whole time.
No.
A delicious bowl
Well, I
of
had spent a
fate
couple,
tokens.
so I'll just go to like 3.
I think that if Tay were interacting in this situation, I feel like she would be using her words rather than her strength. So she would be trying to get information from him right off the bat.
While he's like hanging.
While he's like
halfway
hanging
outside.
out. Yeah.
Who do you work
Right, exactly.
for?
Except I think she's going to use try and like. I think she's going to try and enchant him.
Okay. Yeah.
To try and like get him to like either lessen his fight or to just like slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Or try and get.
Okay.
You know, while he's getting like grappled and yelled at and try to
dig
throw
it.
him more off his guard. I don't think she would be getting in the middle of it, but she would be using her voice. So
Yeah, roll plus your
cool.
enchantment.
All right. I feel like when she enchants, her voice gets like 6 steps lower.
I'm no conjurer of cheap tricks.
Exactly. All right. Okay, that is just a nothing on the roll, so that'd be a +3.
A 3.
Trying to enchant him.
Okay. Yeah. Have anything in a way. Whoa! I just rolled 4 pluses.
Shit.
I'm sorry, but he got a 4.
Yeah, I think that was a long shot, anyways. Probably not even.
It actually wasn't. You had the advantage big time.
Right.
Is it close?
Listen to my words. Well,
It
she
is
can't
close.
use
It's
a
only
fate
off by 1.
token, can she?
Yeah, you just have to invoke her aspect.
It's from your pool.
It does.
Use them or
Yes.
lose them, baby.
Ooh. Like, how do I get these back again? Or do I not?
By getting yourself in trouble.
like what I had just done, where I was like, I'm gonna have my
You put
my
yourself
thing-
at a disadvantage kind of thing?
Yeah, and you're
Narratively?
negatively like calling upon your aspects to put yourself into it.
Or the GM could be like, I want to invoke your aspect. Will you accept this? And then you get a token for it.
Compel.
Sweet. Okay. I'm going to, yeah, because this music is driving me on. I'm going to invoke her high aspect of protective big sister. Because she is. I think that she's seen her little brother in a fight for the first time. I'm in my mind. This is like the first time Ash has ever been in an actual fight. You know, and she's feeling very protective. She's feeling very, like, kind of shooken up about it. So I feel like she's like trying to enchant, and she's trying to enchant sort of sweetly, like she did at the bar. And then, like, she like kicks into
So sweet.
overdrive, and her voice gets lower. She, listen to my words. Who are you? Who are you working for? You cannot win. It is over already. So she is getting real protective. She wants to know what's going on.
She's going full Batman.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say that's. I don't know. I might be doing this wrong, but I'm trying to do this as like a contest and
Okay.
like kind of a time thing as the other guy is coming
Yeah.
up behind. So that counts as a victory.
Okay.
You've scored a victory.
Then we need 3 before.
3, yeah. And you guys like count as a team, so you're accruing victories together. So you have
Right.
scored a victory that you will maybe get that information out of him in time. But he doesn't say it yet.
Because our
but-
goal is to get the information before the guy catches up, and yeah, so that
Bingo.
totally makes sense.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
I feel like part of it was her trying to convince him to like stop fighting it too, and not
Sure.
just like give the information.
Well, either
Just,
way,
like,
it's
to,
helping in
cut
the
her-
contest,
Right.
yeah.
Exactly. So.
To clarify, all I did was initiate the contest. I didn't actually score a victory.
Yeah, I guess that could have been a victory. That would make sense. I was just trying to figure out because I thought that you had already been grappled, or that had already happened, and
Yeah.
realized that it hadn't. So I was trying to catch up to that space and time. But now that we're like more clearly defining that it is a contest, that makes sense. That's basically what you had done. Is
Okay. Yeah. I just want to clarify.
told him. Does
Yeah.
that seem?
Initiated the contest in general.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I'm going for, is that you had initiated the contest, but it's not a victory.
Yeah.
You-
Okay.
you-
But it goes around and round, so then you'll have another.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, like, I want to keep score.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one victory
We got
out
one
of
victory.
3.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you initiated it. And yeah,
I feel like he would hit him over the head with the bottle
That's
or something.
exactly what he would do. He would pick out something he had pilfered or some sort of snake oils and just be like, "Stop wiggling!"
okay, so he's trying to like kind of break the grapple and wiggle free from you. So we're rolling against each other. It's always like an opposed roll in a contest. Athletics in this case. Oof.
Is it athletics?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's epic.
Mm-hmm.
I had a 2.
I also did 2.
Okay.
If you're watching on Instagram, we are playing this on Twitch, and you should check us out on Twitch. The link is in our bio.
Okay, if you tie for the highest result, no one gets a victory, and an unexpected twist occurs.
Kool-Aid Man shows up.
So was that a roll
Oh,
against
yeah.
victories, or was that just to see if we could continue with the content?
That was a roll for victories, but since we
okay.
tied, no victory was scored, and an unexpected twist occurs.
Got it.
Could be damage to the wagon. Perhaps.
Leave Jimothy alone.
The other guy. catches
No,
up.
yeah, that's no. So there are other NPCs on the scene too. So give me just a second.
All right, while you guys are doing that,
Big stump. Big stunts.
Okay. No stunts.
All right, riding up to your
You guys
other
just really
side,
lucky.
not
Got
the
a lot
side
of
that
fate points.
Corbin the Crow is riding up on, but riding up on your other side now. You hear galloping and glance back, and you see the archer who had been like off in the woods.
Uh-oh.
And he's got his like bow drawn, and he's coming up on you. And
he
you
pointing
and
at
you
me?
see
coming up at
his
him, or-
eagle. Yeah, he's pointing at you.
Oh shit.
And you see the eagle approaching.
Lots happening. It was an unexpected twist.
Can I jump in? I haven't gone yet.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, I'm jumping in whenever.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and entangle this dude's bow with like some nature magics. Have like vines and stuff grow out of it to just kind of make it not very functional.
That's the coolest shit. This nature man.
I don't know, I'm just going with it. Everything wood. I'm like, yes,
Yes.
Oh, yes, it's wood.
Dude.
Ooh,
We see. +1.
That is a 4. This is against the archer.
Mm-hmm.
Scarface Marley.
Ooh.
Yeah, and actually, I could just say that this is a create an advantage. So it could be like invoked on anybody defending against it because
Yeah.
his bow is
Is messed up.
His bow is growing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's he can still use it, but it's like
Yeah, so
More difficult.
and
Yeah.
in which case, I mean, I don't know that I see that it's a contest roll here, but that it's against like it was a
His
static
shoot,
number
probably,
or his fight.
Yeah. Or well, yeah.
Yeah, because we got rid of shoot, so. Okay, so I had a 3.
Okay, I had a 4. Yep. I could write. His bow is growing.
Awesome.
someone
It
says.
grows and wraps around him, making it difficult to draw.
Okay, great. You certainly can. You have control of Navius here.
Yeah.
Just because Longy isn't here doesn't mean you can't do anything. And he is in the front of the carriage, riding up in the. I cannot think of what that spot is called. The back is the boot, and the coach is the inside, and then the front has a name
on it.
too. But
It's the
face.
hot seat.
I can't think of what it's called.
It's the hot seat.
Jockey box? No. Whatever. Doesn't matter. You're up
But
there.
there Navius is.
Give it
You're
to
up
us,
there.
Anna.
Yeah, and if he's like looking back, he can see Big Thom's legs like hanging out of the carriage
Okay.
window. And these other characters riding up behind.
Yeah, I feel like evasive maneuvers is the correct choice.
Oh
here.
yeah.
So
Smack
that would
him up
be.
against
Tip him into the.
What is it called? Dry. What was it called?
Yeah, handle animal.
animals, which Navius probably does not have.
Yeah.
No, he probably doesn't, but you guys have an NPC who's actually like driving the wagon. What was his name?
Our animal
It
handler.
is.
Harold?
He has a funny name.
He's already with us.
Yeah.
It's like
feel-
Bootsy or something. Wait, let me take a look.
No,
at
no,
our-
not Babs Califere. This is
I thought it was
The carriage driver sits on a box or perch.
Perch.
Babs is the horse jockey.
Yep, but he's not here. None of those characters are here yet. This was just the guy. This was just the wagon driver, and we had like made up his name on the spot last week.
Yeah. Sophie's insisting that she was driving.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
She's
in
saying-
real life.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, I do feel like he had jumped up into in that front though.
That's
Yeah. So this guy is a nameless NPC who has like a 3 handle.
Okay.
Or not nameless, but supporting or something.
Let's go one at a time.
Yeah. Sorry, you don't have much of an area to roll there, do you?
Oh, that is. So we took that 3 down to a 1.
Look at those like fate dice.
Yeah, sick.
She's got
Okay, and this is against which person are you trying to run off the road here?
I was more trying to like
Give yourselves an advantage.
Yeah, evasive
Okay, gotcha.
ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just use his handle animal to try to be catching up to you.
Right.
Oh, I was right. Provided a boost to everyone to get into the carriage.
Okay,
That's
got
what I was thinking.
a
That's what I
0.
was trying to say. I thought she was
So
trying
you
to
score
help you.
victory.
Way to go, named but
all day.
Yes.
remembered.
I don't remember what it was. I feel like his name was Harold, but
Let's stick with
Dickory.
Harold.
Harold.
I like Harold.
Can we
I had
call
a
him-
mechanic named Harold once. So.
Harold's good.
and then Daniel tried to make up a last name for him that was super weird. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, let's not go with that.
Everyone was like,
Right?
That's hard, man.
Yeah. Well, we'll look it up.
We'll try to remember that.
We'll get a fact checker on it. And
I'll
go
just
back
make
and
it
watch
my
the-
character's new last name.
Love it. Well, whatever the case, they scored a victory for you guys, so you guys have 2 victories.
Valiant.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
has anyone not gone?
I
Okay.
haven't gone.
Yeah.
And
Get it.
yeah, and we're riding behind the main carriage.
Mhm.
And Corbin.
Are you
coming
riding under goat?
alongside, Right? I'm not on the goat.
No.
But I'm on a wagon.
The
being
wagon.
pulled by the goat.
Oh,
It's
right,
got all of my
right.
cooking stuff
I'm
in it.
imagining like a chariot.
I wish
Kind of like a
It's
small
style.
It's
chariot.
you just can't see it. It's
But with pots,
yeah,
like
whipping.
pots and pans hanging from it.
Right. There's
extremely
all sorts of kitchenware
like-
jingling on
But
the
instead
side.
of like a big barrel, it's like a small covered wagon, like Oregon Trail style, that has like
but
all
it-
my pots and
it's-
pans and
It's
stuff in it.
sleek. It feels like it can
Yeah.
really shoot
Yeah.
there.
So
It's
many
like enough for
drives.
one dwarf in the perch.
You got the speedboat, the wagons.
The dickory
So what are you doing?
box. So as Corbin tries to come up, he's riding alongside us, correct?
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably like next to you now because he's trying to like pass you to get up to the carriage.
Yeah, so Kalima's gonna kick some ass.
Okay, I
She's
love it.
gonna ram into that other horse.
Okay.
And she's like
Headbutting, like attacking.
unconcerned with its life, just to make you very aware of it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Kalima the goat.
her let's see what's going on with her stuff.
God,
Her fight, I guess.
Where's Kalima's where's our goat character?
Her fight's a
She's
3.
at the front of the wagon.
Can we?
Yeah, I guess is that what she's rolling here?
Yeah.
We're not showing it.
Slam into this other horse. Oh no, she got a total of 6.
oh
What? Are you serious?
Dang.
Horse
goat.
is dead.
A 6?
Goat stomp.
A 6?
Yeah,
Kalima's first roll had to be that.
I mean this is the only role she has.
All right. Well, you succeed with style.
Yeah. So the horse comes off its feet.
This was on an attack.
Like a Marvel movie punch.
Either do damage or do a point less damage and gain a boost. Or you're trying to score a victory by slowing this guy down.
I basically whatever you want to say happens to this guy.
Well, he's trying to like come up to grab onto Big Thom and like pull him off, right? So yeah, you score a victory because you slow him. You like injure the horse and slow him down.
Yeah,
Narratively, what happens?
She's so much shorter than this horse, right? She slams into its legs and it just crumbles, and he comes flying off the front eating dirt.
I love it. He eats dirt.
Yeah.
Okay. So she is kind of enchanting this guy.
Right.
And you guys are asking which expedition hired.
Yeah, just asking who hired him.
Because he's still dangling off the side of the.
I think he's still dangling.
It was the Brideport expedition.
Ooh. Brideport.
Yeah.
What was the?
Yeah. So he's like being grappled. And he's like Brideports. It was the Brideports.
Let me go.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then do you let go of him?
As you wish.
Yeah. Yeah, so you just dump him out of the carriage.
Oh, God.
You see Big Thom fall out of the carriage and hit the ground and roll.
Yeah.
And the archer that was coming up on the horse, like, his bow is growing and stuff, and so he just, like, tosses it off to the side. And he rides up to Big Thom and slows down, because Corbin also bit it, and so
Yeah.
they're no longer in pursuit.
Nice.
Can you remind us a little bit about Brideport?
Yeah, so they are, it's led by Felix Brideport is the sponsor. He's not a contact or a rival, but there were, I needed someone, so he's
Still hate
someone that
that
I made up. And then it has three, like,
Brideport.
important characters in it. Iron Tusk is a rival, is Alexi's rival.
Knew it!
And Leica, the dire wolf, who Iron Tusk, like, commands, kind of.
Enslaved, basically.
Yeah. Leica is a contact.
That's like your contact.
And Lydian Crean is a rival for... Who's Lydian Crean? Whose rival is that?
Not mine.
Is that me?
That's your rival, yeah.
Lydian Kren, yeah. Okay.
Okay, Kren, sorry.
Forgot the name of
Right,
Lydian.
he's the...
She is a...
Oh, she.
Yeah, a rival evocation mage, a student at Depth World, gifted and
Gifted and knows it.
knows it.
Yeah.
A bully.
Gifted and knows
Gifted
it.
and knows it.
Also
Yeah,
known
totally.
As a school bully.
Yep. So you got two rivals and one contact in the Brideport expedition. They were the ones that
My father will be healing.
paid this off.
Except she actually can kick ass.
Great job, guys.
Problem.
Yeah,
why-
that
why
felt
dirty
really
your
awesome.
hands?
Well done, everybody.
Way to start it off.
That was killer.
No, you well done.
Well, those
No,
that
lean all the time.
man, that horse's knees are broken, y'all.
While Josh is
That horse is not gonna.
Just completely
pulling this
He's not gonna be in the Derby this year.
They like the bottom half of the legs are just like hanging out somewhere on the opposite side.
here is a image of the full journey that we're taking. You can see we
Yes.
started at the bottom part of the map at Othilium,
righteous.
and currently our pawn is in this area,
Giant pawn.
riding north, right, Josh? To
Yep. Yeah,
Relay.
to Rayleigh.
Here is a closer up
Yep.
image of our
Sick.
present journey, and
Yep.
we're supposed to meet up at Garritcer Harbor in the
Garritcer
top
Harbor.
left, meeting up Hannah's character there, right?
Yep. Exactly. And so you guys do travel the other 6 days or something like that.
So wait, what day is it now then?
So you guys are, it is let's see, it's sunrise on the
21st?
24th.
24th?
January 11th.
Yeah, it was a 10-day to travel from
We set off
Othilium.
on the 15th. and we
Yeah,
had
set
already
off on the
left.
15th, yeah. So it is the 24th.
So calendary.
24th
so-
sword.
Yep, 24th sword. Yeah, so you guys got there a day faster.
You were grappling for
It was a long time.
36 hours.
Let me tell you, I take my time when
It's
I grapple, man.
and it is sunrise, and as is often the case, depending on the season in this world, the entire sky is alit with red because the sun low in the sky is shining through the rings that surround the planet. and the this is referred to as ring glow. So certain times of the day or night, or like the sunrise, sundown, right? Depending on location of celestial things. This red glow. So you guys are.
This one's for Freya, really quick. We got to see the whole world.
Yes.
In order to get the full map experience.
Extremely.
There it is. Yep. And this world has rings around it. So the sunlight is bathing the world in this red glow as you guys crest over the final hill and you begin your descent down to Garritcer Harbor. Ooh. Where you know Longy is somewhere. Where is Longy?
Wait, everybody give me your hoof galloping sounds as we move our token.
Maybe coconuts.
Excellent.
Great. So you guys get to Garritcer Harbor. Let me pull up one more track really quick.
Kalima's hoofs.
You've been practicing that.
Yes.
So it's getting better every week.
Roleplay practice, man. Do it at work. Do it at
Um, and it's I don't know, 10 o'clock or something when you guys roll into town, 10 a.m.
Beautiful.
on the 24th.
What time
Yeah.
zone are we in?
What do you guys do? Where are you guys heading? You know, I guess the person who would know would be Navius, huh?
Yes.
You know that Longy got a room at the Watchtower Inn.
Alright.
Mhm.
Maybe just doesn't want to, but feels it's appropriate to tell everyone when we enter the town our destination. So
Hilarious.
he feels like it goes without saying, and then thinks about how only he received instructions. And
Yeah.
there are some prestigious, civilized folk in the group, so at least for Tay and Ash's sake.
Yeah.
What is it? The Water Town?
The Watchtower.
Watchtower Inn.
Yes.
Timothy is jilted that you did not include him.
Yeah, Timothy was not included in the prestigious persons
He's
list.
definitely jilted.
Would Navius be like talking just directly to Tay at this point?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are riding through the town to get to the Watchtower Inn, which you know is close. It's in like basically the dock harbor district, and it is Navius has been there before. It's the Watchtower Inn because it used to be like a part of it. It used to be a military like fortification, yeah. So and that tower still remains, and then like the inn is built next to it. As you guys are traveling through the town, you pass by something that would absolutely catch Ash's eye and probably Tay. In Garritcer, there is a school, kind of like a satellite school here, that is specifically evocation magic that you guys
Interesting.
yeah, like ride past, but it's nearby if you
But it's
have like the
connected
day
with
to.
Deppenwall?
Yes, it is connected with Deppenwall, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know that, especially because you're an evoker, you would just know this.
Right.
That so Garritcer Harbor is famous for its sailors because they sail into the shifting sea, which is a absolutely like massive sea of icebergs and drifting ice. And so they have ships that are essentially ice cutter ships, icebreakers, and they have evocation mages that like heat up the holes of, or not the hole, but the bow of the ship. They have
I
like a
see.
metal like kind of blade type situation that they affix to them, and then they have an
basically-
evoker like heat it up so it's like cutting through the ice, right?
Okay, so is this school sort of specifically for like geared towards that sort of like more practical evocation use sort of thing?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. But you guys travel onward and pull up to the inn, and
Harold Cavendish.
Cavendish was the name of the driver.
That was not
Thank
the
you,
last
Sophie.
name I chose.
No, I chose that last name.
yeah,
I distinctly remember.
totally, it's
that.
perfect. Well, we can thank Harold for one of the victories then.
Thank you, Harold.
Thanks,
You guys arrive at the inn, and
Frovraloo. Is that the one you were going for?
She went back and looked at it.
Frovraloo.
That's great. Yeah, thank you, Daniel.
It's his middle name. That's right. I got it mixed up. Which is reasonable.
Of course, yeah.
It's under
Harold
pressure.
Pfeffernussen.
Frovraloo.
Okay, so
Sounds like someone literally is sneezing halfway trying to pronounce the name.
clearly Daniel was forming the name literally as he was saying
Yes.
it. Yeah.
I spoke, then I thought. Yes. Which is awesome.
Like croissant person.
totally.
Cool.
Okay, so Navius. Well, I mean, whatever. You guys pull up to the inn. What do you guys want to do?
Do you need a place to house Kalima, who is now a revered warrior and is referred to by first name?
If we plan on staying here very long, I do believe I would need to have some sort of place for her to stay. But I don't know what your
Arrangements
lord
shall be
wants.
made. As for the rest of you, follow me.
That's,
But make sure Furla is included in I'm entering the building route. I'm not loitering outside.
I'm finding the woods.
Trying to merge with the apple trees.
At one point, right before we stepped into the city, the vine I did some kind of whistle for the snow vine, and it came up out of the ground and wrapped tightly around itself back into a quarterstaff shape, and then I
Perfect.
grabbed hold of it and pulled it out of the ground, and then
Sometimes it's
started walking with
tummy
it.
rumbles, but otherwise a perfect deception.
Occasionally, it reaches for an apple
Slap.
because there's always apples.
That it's trouble.
they're everywhere. Have you
Yeah.
seen?
Can't resist an apple.
Its trouble is that it's undiscerningly hungry or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's always hungry, but undiscerning.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't know whether it's eating one of our own horses or. That's my hopes.
Gotta eat. Gotta eat, man.
Yeah, so someone takes Kalima and my wagon elsewhere. Probably our horses too.
Yeah. Your stuff is taken care of.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend time on the minutia of that
Sure.
of that stuff. But you guys call over a stable hand, and they take care of your things. Yeah, and they are following Navius.
Inside we go.
I feel like Ash might break away and head towards this evocation school. I feel like Tay.
Do you want to try to do it without Navius noticing? Because I think
would.
the idea was that Navius was trying to keep everyone.
Yeah,
Or,
I think I'd like to. I'd like to sort of slip
I
away.
need some aspects.
I would actually like to slip away without Navius or Tay knowing.
Oh.
So I feel like she would be disapproving of this maneuver.
Roll against yourself.
Roll against myself, basically.
This would be probably either stealth or.
Actually, I'm gonna roll for Tay if she's
Yeah.
actually rolling against you.
Yeah,
That-
I think
that's how I would like to
she would
handle
probably
that if-
call me out
Okay.
if she saw me slipping away. Since it's sort of like we're about to probably meet Longy, and this is sort of a breach of conduct.
Totally.
Not how the Telesians conduct themselves.
Whoa.
Yeah, and
Is this
God, man, the
survival?
dice are in my favor tonight.
They are not doing well for me. They are not doing well. This is
Tate
bad.
definitely notices.
Maybe
Okay.
it's
Grabs
not
you by the
plus
Yeah.
I don't think it's
collar.
possible
That
that
hits
you
me
could
down
get out
to
of this one. I
negative
rolled
one.
another all.
Holy shit.
GM
Well,
dice over
I
here.
rolled really well last week, so I might as well.
Those icy dice.
I know the ice.
So,
Icy dice.
I mean, do you want to be Tay in this sort of encounter? I just feel like
Yeah.
Did Navius?
Maybe it's got a +4. Is survival the same as Notice?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So Navius noticed as well. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it up to Navius.
If
but
it's less socially
yeah.
embarrassing,
Yeah, yeah.
Navius can intercede first, and then you all can have a tete-a-tete later.
Sure. So yeah, I'm like sort of starting to veer, trying to slip.
Master Telesian, the door is this way. Would you go in the front still on the coast?
I feel like it. I begrudgingly feel like I am. I feel like I'm just sort of going to decide very quickly that I'll sort of just bide my time and try again later.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I follow.
You guys go in and up to the room that
Yeah,
Lhanji
check
has
in.
procured. Yeah.
We got whatever we need to show.
Yes. So you guys knock on the door and
Bum, 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 bum.
Lady Longy actually answers this time. She is where she says she will be.
Yes.
She just,
And so now we get an
Describe.
introduction
Yeah.
of Longy for the first time as this crew. I mean, does she welcome people into the room?
So
And what does she look like and so on?
a handmaiden opens the door. Lhanji is at a desk and
Yes.
has
Oh, hell
dossiers
Hell yeah.
out on the a beautiful little, I can't remember what like a letter writing desk.
Mm-hmm.
I won't describe what's on the papers because we don't have skill checks to back that up, but she does kind of scoot them together when you all come in and turn and smile
Damn.
brightly.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Navius, you rode, you made it. She leaps up and goes over to greet.
Yes, very good to see you.
He is totally going for a kneel, and
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
she's
Yeah.
going for it.
Okay.
So we get caught in one cheek is probably where we meet.
Excellent. Yeah.
So what order did everyone enter the room? What are we looking at?
I feel like Tay would be very,
Yeah.
very like upfront. very
And she
sort of-
knows Longy, right?
I think she knows of Lhanji. I don't know if
Mm.
they've met before. I feel like it's just sort of like a
Reputation.
reputation. They're in like similar social
Very good.
circles.
Yeah.
Maybe acquainted or perhaps a quick hi at a party or whatever. So I feel like she would come in, and with like a bit of knowing that like Lhanji is probably higher up on the social circles. Certainly, probably a little bit older. And a little bit more established. I feel like she would come in and try and just greet Lhanji in the most like respectful, but also like familiar. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you know,
Mm-hmm.
these robes, but like it's so nice to see you. It's good. It's good to finally be in light
Yeah.
company. I think like
Bring
she's coming
yourself
in.
up by
she's-
putting others down.
Right. I feel like she's trying to just be like she's putting on her best,
Yeah.
most like posh face,
Like
you know, and coming
shining
in.
brightly against these dull lights.
Yes. I think. That
Oh,
she's,
wonderful.
She's coming in, introduces herself, and then also in turn introduces Ash, because that is her.
Wonderful,
as
the
what she would do.
enchantress and her brother, the dracologist.
Right.
Low-key checking, are there signet rings or something? We're trying to verify the pedigree here while we're greeting.
Yeah, it's like it takes the hand and looks at the ring.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Would there be?
If you'd
sort of
like to.
I think Tay would be wearing.
You can make a resource roll. See how nice your signet ring is.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I think her resource is high.
Yes. Sorry guys, this is a little weird to have these all on the same sheets, and they don't need to live with me. Like, you guys will probably be rolling with them more often than I
let's
will.
keep
So
No, it's
Our
context. I think she would be just wearing a ring, a family ring. Celestian
Perfect.
family ring.
That's
I think
exactly
our
what we
family,
wanted to see.
she's very, she likes to sort of like show off the family name. Ash is not wearing that ring.
Okay.
But he feels the opposite. I think that she's going to try and make a connection with Lhanji, saying that, I just talked to so and so. She names like this name, a social, someone who she knows.
She's
that might
name
be close to
dropping.
She's gonna name drop with Longy a little bit. She's gonna try and esteem herself in Longy's mind a little bit right off the bat by name dropping someone who she knows that Longy would be
Awesome.
good friends with. So I would imagine that would be contacts. Would that
it could be contacts or rapport.
Probably rapport. Actually, yeah, probably rapport.
I could see
She might
either.
be bullshitting it. I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't think rapport is necessarily deceive. Rapport is like
Just
diplomacy.
sort of- yeah. So she's going to use her. Good lord. All right. So she gets a 2, basically,
Not
+2 in rapport. So maybe she's like, I don't know. Maybe she's a little bit nervous. I think.
not-
I
Do
don't- I
fate
think
points
she's-
refresh when you sleep?
No.
They
beginning of every session.
Per session. So did everybody get all of their fate points at the beginning of this
Yeah.
session?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have 2 stunts. So I think she's a little bit nervous. I think she's like trying to hit a little bit above her weight class here, so she might be a little bit awkward in the name. It might be a little bit obvious, not quite as smooth as she'd like it to come
And
across.
since this is the Jane Austen segment of today's session, Longy responds with a kind of like quicker, very graciously but blatantly to a fellow member of the higher classes, like,
Right.
oh, you're name dropping.
Sort of like, take it down a peg.
And you
know?
mispronounced her name.
Right. Yeah, she's like, oh, you meant this
It's
person.
Very
Italian.
pleasantly,
Yeah.
just like
Right.
court name drop circles around you.
I think she's a little bit embarrassed. Sort of steps back and lets everyone else sort of she's done her sort of like she
Yes.
thought that was gonna go much better than it did, and she's a little bit she's
Okay.
pulled back a little bit.
This is a definitely an I'm foreseeing like a kind of alpha socialite situation.
Right. I think you just won the first battle there.
One down. You're the sponsor. Keep it together.
I feel like she's like very much looking to she's looking to climb this social ladder a bit, perhaps.
Excellent. Come on.
Meanwhile-
and has so far done a not great job with it.
Meanwhile, a sleeping cat nearby squeals as the tendril from the snow vine like grabs hold of it, and Furla just basically wrestles with it for a second and has to pry those
So I-
roots out from the claw of the cat, and then it's
Tay's still feeling pretty
Takes
good
off.
then compared to she still
Oh,
feels
wait.
like she did okay. She's
Everyone else is a savage.
yeah.
a snowbite eating a cat and a goat.
The way that when cats get their like claws stuck in like a scratching post, except it's the opposite way around. So it's like, untangle the vines.
Snowbite is gonna be fucking.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
Longy
trouble, man.
perceives this with an expression of surprise and interest, which slowly shifts to polite horror.
Right.
You must be the guide.
What kind of an establishment has wild animals roaming about? I thought you were civilized.
Civilized.
Damn.
We'll get along wonderfully, I'm sure.
At this, a dwarf rounds the corner.
Okay.
Misty-eyed at the. My, this is a fine inn. I rather like it
Master
here.
Milksmith.
Yes.
I did take care to mark your name.
Takes whatever he's wearing on his head off.
His hair.
Well, he has a nice bald spot on top, of course.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Got some
It's a little pointy hat.
little small age
It's a Hulk
spots.
Hogan bandana.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's me.
It's imperative for those of a certain rank to be on great, excellent, irreproachable terms with those who cook their meals.
Not quite sure what all that means, but I think what you're saying is we should be friends.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. I'd like that very much.
Shake.
Milksmith.
What? Was that a spitting pool?
No. That was a.
Okay.
It's a handshake sound effect.
All right.
And he steps
Jimothy will
aside.
take his shot.
Oh, Timothy?
He turns over to
shit.
his friends like, it's showtime.
He puts on some kind of snake oil, like cologne.
Oh.
It's like, oh god.
Oh man, it smells like patchouli.
Tay is
Immediately
shooting
fills the
daggers at him
entire
as he
room.
walks out.
All right.
Exactly.
So
what's
he
gonna happen.
puffs his chest up a little bit and walks right over and trying to make sure that everything is all put together. It's like, oh, the most illustrious, most exuberant Lhanji free. It's so good to meet you. And he grabs her hand and starts not even getting permission. He's like, I'm so glad we could join you on this journey. I've heard so much good things about you. It's going to be so exciting. By the way, did I tell you that I have this great business idea? I think you would totally
Oh shit,
Wait to hear all
Timothy.
Well, when we have some time together, perhaps we could peruse through some of my wares. I think you'll find them quite impressive.
You must be Mr. Christopherson?
You've heard of me? My word! Of course you've heard of me. My reputation, of course, it does precede
Only
me.
if the missive navy is provided. And where is Master Alexi?
Oh, that's young chap over there. He's hanging out by the doorway. He's a bit shy, Oh, Alexi, you've been requested.
Mercenary.
Alexi sort of he waltzes up. He's very unimpressed with all of this hoity-toity aristocracy, and I have to collect myself after that. Oh yes, Madame Bree. So glad you could finally grace us with your presence. You were sorely missed at our last checkpoint.
Well, I've been terribly busy.
Too busy to meet with the people that you've hired to safeguard you on this journey?
In fact, hiring more people.
Oh, do tell. Please,
I shall
please
and
go on.
intend to. It's lovely to make all of your acquaintances. I anticipate great things from this expedition. And be sure that, have you had any rough times with any of your companions up to this point, that I only invested in each of your companionship after thorough investigation. We are not going to lose to any of the other companies.
Timothy.
I
don't know why he's here.
He looked good on paper.
On his
resume was so
incredible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course I've sailed around the world.
Well, you need a face on this journey after all.
That's great. Yeah. You have hired your team of supporting NPCs. Mm-hmm. He asked you about your people, and so here are your people. Should you like to introduce them?
I also have this excellent roster,
Oh shit.
which is created with plain text, so we can be moving people's names.
You'll notice that there's a column that says
Changing. Is
deceased.
that just one?
Oh,
Yeah, that's just there
Oh, sorry.
already.
That's all right.
You tell me.
Yeah, I like the 1L.
1L,
Yeah,
but it's
good.
but it's 2 L's on the other screen.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's all good. Doesn't matter
I'll
that
fix
much.
it. It's important.
Yeah.
For when I die of frostbite.
Oh no, it's 1L on this.
Oh, is it?
Wait.
Okay, cool. We're good. We're good.
To our ranks, we've added. Is this Dolph?
Mhm.
Dolph.
Dolph
Yeah.
Kingsmith, a tradesman of no mean wit and a very keen hammer and tools.
Also a dwarf. I
yes,
should've put that
we.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll write it in.
His name's Dwarf, and he is a dwarf.
No, his name's Dolph.
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 He's a dwarf.
Dolph the dwarf.
Bald.
he owns a dwarf.
Whoa.
I feel like
Oh, who owns a dwarf?
Yes.
yes.
His name's Ward.
No, Dolph owns a golf course.
I do not think that is
A golf dwarf.
Babs Califoret will manage our horses from here out, though you all have, I've heard, protected my carriage and team admirably.
Wow,
Amelia
information travels fast.
Sharman
Mhm.
is just Navius.
He's very efficient.
He's very
This whole
hand
time,
signals.
Between every introduction, he'll come and whisper
Yeah.
in Lhanji's ear.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Or a lot of communication they can probably do
Yeah.
wordlessly. Amelia Sharman will be pursuing a somewhat artistic endeavor, and yes, silence.
Someone's got to chronicle our exuberant lady as she travels in unexplored lands.
She'll be drawing maps. We have to dumb it down for everyone who doesn't understand. Not the audience. Timothy.
Timothy.
And the dog.
And the
Best boy.
The dog, the
My
goat,
favorite.
and the sentient vine.
Yeah,
Let's see, who else do we have?
I think
It's pronounced
Hero?
favorite.
I think favorite is probably it. Were we maybe kicking around that it was maybe Dolph's dog?
I thought it was
That was
connected
my,
to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my extra NPC I came up with, but I don't.
Trouble
Yeah.
is a fucking
It could be
problem.
Dolph's dog.
You can. You can rename him if you want. It's okay.
Oh.
Or
I don't think that Longy will be introducing favorite in parentheses best boy. Is a dog, but like a warhound kind of like. I think we said
He was a Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
he's a big.
So
Oh, one of those like
Big old dog with, like,
yeah, a
dogs,
mountain
right?
dog
Yeah,
who
hell yeah.
will come and save our butts if we're freezing. to
needs
death.
no introduction.
And if you need a little, little nip, we can provide that for you.
Oh, the neck thing? The like.
Yeah, he carries the little mini barrel around his neck with alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Is that on there?
Mm-hmm.
Ash loves his dog.
All breeds are born. All Saint Bernards are born with a little alcohol.
Gets bigger as they grow older.
Yeah, it's a
We all know
bladder.
that.
didn't
It's
know
a
that.
given at this point.
I mean, in
It's
this world,
brewed in their jowls and then
Ew.
travels down
secretes
this barrel bladder.
through a
Good lord.
through
Alright.
a proboscis into the. Sorry, that's Numenera maybe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Saint Bernards with a little thing that grows out of their
Alcohol.
neck.
Oh yeah, it
Processes.
could be. That's a good throwback. I like
It's
that.
not. And lastly, Hero, a painter by trade, who has all sorts of academic and artistic treasures to share with us, I'm sure.
A painter.
Everyone needs a painter.
Well, it's a scientific expedition, and so
Yeah.
a landscape painter, like
Or,
somebody
yeah.
to
Probably
actually
working-
capture.
Maybe
Working with the
botanical-
cartographer
That would make
to paint the
sense
maps,
for
and the
you.
cartographer is doing
Some, yeah.
Who's
more the surveying and
whose
stuff.
NPC was that?
I made it, but I don't see my character being connected to them at all.
Could
But
they
may
be?
be friends.
I was
they
gonna
may
say-
sit for hours together in the wilderness.
Mm.
Could I make a suggestion? You could totally
Yeah.
say no. I was thinking maybe he could be like a natural, like Audubon Society type person, and just absolutely like that's what they love doing. They're like, oh my god, you're like this unique creature. I must
Yeah.
record
I
you.
must paint you.
You know what I mean?
I guess they
Paint you
ended
like
up,
a
Paint you
dryad.
like one of my friends.
That could. I don't know.
They ended up being built kind of bardy, like rapport is their highest skill. Heroes.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's because there isn't a skill that covers
painting.
like artistic.
So rapport is to be like to convey like I'm grappling with emotions.
I guess
in
so.
the production of art.
Something like that. Yeah, it was just the closest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
it.
I think that's the additional crew. Also, and we can make some decisions, and I think fairly quickly, but we need to outfit the expedition. So whether you want to say that you made these decisions all in advance and you like have picked out all of the like wagons and horses and stuff, or if you can say that you made that in advance and we
then
together
we'll do
make
it,
the
yeah.
decisions. Or players can be a part of it and you guys can go out and like shop to get the stuff that you want, however that you guys narratively. I was seeing that you came and did it all in advance.
I think so.
Right?
Makes sense.
I've got to have something
But
to show.
but we as
after
players here at the
elections.
table can all make those decisions together as to what things that you gathered. So what happened to the like the one that was like this Expedition Dracana rules? Yeah, so
Good job, lady.
so this story we are telling with using the Fate Horror Toolkit. One of the chapters in the Fate Horror Toolkit goes over running survival horror games, and involved in that is consumables and recording and tracking the stuff that you need and the stuff that you may be running out of. So I have a list of the consumables here. You guys have all seen this in the email. But the main thing that we need to do is pick out what wagons that you're taking. And like certain of them require so many horses, right? And then like what stuff that we're putting in them. So I'm gonna hand this to. Actually, I'm just gonna take it out of this for now because that's weird. So this in the end will be the manifest, your like cargo manifest. So whoever wants to handle that, you want to do the cargo manifest? Okay, cool. So that shows basically how many invokes. That shows
Well, I
how.
feel like I'm going to be handling at least one of the wagons and food supplies,
Most of the food.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That shows how many like cargo
Smaller than I
slots
think.
that each of
Or
the
you think.
wagons can carry. And where is that? Okay, so to give some sort of an idea with using the rules that I have come up with, so in order to travel 5 days without gathering anything or scavenging for anything, based on having like 20 mouths to feed, which is probably around how many that you'll have once you have animals for your wagons, you need about 75 cargo to travel 5 days without collecting anything.
And what are these dots for?
Those are like the invokes. Each one of those dots is an invoke
Oh,
that
I see.
is spent at each day to either as food or water or
Yep.
shelter or other things. So
Gotcha.
here's the list of consumables. Sorry, not this is the like food, water, shelter, medical supplies, transportation, repair supplies. And like what you can do to replenish them, so on. And this stuff is all in the email if you guys want to look closer at it. But yeah, so this also breaks it down toward the bottom.
Well, we need. How many people fit in a tent?
Yeah.
Sleeps five.
So
Or
the
six.
small tents sleep 5, and they're behind you on the shelf there, and then the big tent sleeps 10. And you don't have to sleep your like beasts of burden, right? Your like animals that are pulling the wagons, but you do need to sleep everyone else. So yeah, you need that much.
Favorite gets longer.
Yeah, and that's was that estimate that I had come up with was 15, right? So you're gonna need at least 15 invokes worth And that's what that estimate at the bottom is showing that. But really the things that are optional for you guys is like, how many medical supplies do you guys want to take? How many invokes worth of medical supplies do you want to take? How many invokes worth of like repair supplies do you guys want to take? Like wood and nails and so on. And like, really, is there any other, and you know, if you take 15 worth of tents, then that's great, but if a tent is destroyed or something you don't have anymore, you could potentially replace them or whatever. You could get excess if you wanted anything. Also,
yeah, let's get one tent more than we need.
I was gonna say I want a cooking tent.
And if things
Place
go
to keep
bad,
things.
then we'll sleep in the cooking tent.
Yeah.
Gotta keep things dry. in a cooking
So how many of us are there total?
15.
People-wise?
well, so 15 like people with NPCs, main NPCs, supporting NPCs, and that includes the goat and the dog. We don't know for sure how many like mouths that you have to feed, because we don't know how many animals that you have, because we don't know what wagons that you've taken. So those things are kind of chosen like together, right? But in general, the large wagon, this one, takes 4 horses to pull. But can carry what, 45 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the medium wagon takes 2 horses to pull, but carries 30, and so on, and they go down. So it's kind of I added it up a couple times in a couple of different ways, and it ends up being around the same amount.
How do we know how much we can actually gather? Is that based on resource rolls, or
Like at a time when you go out to
how do we know we're not getting just like 5 large wagons? Like, what is the
what's the limitation?
Yeah.
You are going for around 10 nameless NPCs. So the wagons are nameless NPCs, and the horses are nameless NPCs.
Gotcha.
So together between them, and thank you, that was the component that I was leaving out. Together between them, you're looking for like basically 10. If you end up short, you could add something else, an extra horse or something, or if you end up over, like if it's 1 over or something, it doesn't really matter.
So if we do 1 cart of each size, that would be 3, and it'd take 4 to pull the big one, so that'd be 7. It'd take 2 to pull the other one, that's 9, and then the last one, that would be...
Yeah, you're saying this size?
Yeah.
Can we do that one and have Kalima pull it?
I think that's too big for Kalima to pull it.
What size is it? Well, we'd still need another. We can't get another horse, so we might as well go for a smaller
1, 2,
cart.
3, 4, 5,
Your
6,
cart.
7, 8, 9, 10.
So like the small cart.
Mhm.
She do that.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of the small wagon, we can do a small cart.
This is the cart. Oh, the small cart is this one.
Yeah, could she pull that?
Yeah, Kalima can definitely pull that.
Cool. And then so that would give us. Is that 10? Oh, or you're saying a horse could also hit that small wagon too. Oh, I see.
1,
Yeah.
2, 4.
This is too big for Kalima to pull.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see.
I mean, if you guys want to bring in, if you want to do a roll, a money roll, I can't think what it's called. but resources roll.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah, she was the one that was collecting all of it. She should be the one rolling here. She was out ahead of you
Well,
guys.
unless are you
I
bringing
was only
your cart?
That's what I was
as
trying
well?
to bring it in.
Oh, maybe yeah, it was
in
his
addition.
cart.
And there's no rickshaw.
That came
Yeah,
with.
'cause
Okay,
he
yeah,
came-
I'll
he came with a
allow
cart.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cart's coming.
So a resource roll of +4.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can take
Sweet.
that cart as an additional nameless NPC.
Cool.
So is this what you guys want to take with you, like 1 of each?
That puts
And then how many invokes is that?
7?
Let's see.
7
We
horses.
got a large wagon,
Mm-hmm.
a small wagon, and a small cart, or large
A small
cart.
wagon and a small cart, I think.
Is it a small or large cart?
Large and small wagon.
Yep.
Large and small, or like whatever it is, regular cart and small cart.
Yeah. So 35. Oh gosh, 120.
Really?
Did I do my math wrong?
I don't know. That seems high, but I don't have the numbers in front of me.
75 plus 20 is 95 plus 15.
It's 105.
Yeah, I think I did my math wrong. I'm sorry. I'm on the stream and everything.
How embarrassing!
Everyone is laughing at you.
So it's 110.
Yeah, 110.
Milksmiths aren't known for being good with money, just good with milk.
Okay, yeah.
They're decent with money too.
Yeah, so that would be 110.
Excuse me for milk-splaining.
Yeah, 110.
Yeah. That would definitely be, I mean, that's enough to travel more than 5 days. That's enough to travel 6 or 7 days or something without having to gather. Yeah. And so do you want to say that that's what Lhanji had gathered up?
Yeah.
So you guys are going to have, oh yeah, you want to get these wagons on here?
Yeah.
So we got the large wagon here, which I also have a team of horses for, which we'll bust out later. It's pulled by 4 horses and can carry 45 cargo. And then down the line, I don't recall how much, but this one carries 2 horses, carries less, and carts, and little carts. So these will all be...
We gotta name our wagons, but not our horses.
No, you're definitely not going to name the... I mean, the wagon, you can just be like large wagon, whatever, yeah. But where it says team, that's where you can write in, like, what is the name of the horses that are pulling them. And I do think there is also a sheet for nameless NPCs that we haven't filled out at all for your party yet.
Fravralu is one of them for sure.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Wait. Can you break it into 4 names and
Fravru.
And then don't forget
So I know it seems kind of repetitive, but like those are going to be the 10 nameless NPCs. So that's where you're going to want to write.
Gotcha.
You know, yeah, large wagon, medium wagon, whatever. The only other thing I think we're okay. So yeah, then how much food and like water, and the other thing is you guys could get a ballista if you guys want to have like a big mounted crossbow type thing, and you could buy ammunition for it that's like nets to try to entangle dragons or something, or just like bolts to injure people.
I mean,
or literally any other things. This is your guys' opportunity to stock up, but like at a city before you are never in a city again. So
like,
what do you guys want to do? Yeah.
I mean, for this one, like, I obviously want to gather some supplies for food. So how am I rolling? What's my like?
You're not rolling at all at this point.
Gotcha.
This
Okay.
is like all stuff that has been gathered in advance by Longy.
Okay.
And your stuff is all stocked, and then when you go out, you're consuming it, and then when you're like making like cooking checks and stuff is.
But again,
when
like,
you're-
what's my? Are we looking for the same amount as last time, the 10, or?
I'm sorry. What's your question?
So like we can pick from like cooking or ballista or this or that. Like,
Yes.
How do we know when we stop? Like, what's our
Your limit of
money,
cargo.
basically?
Oh, money isn't an issue here.
So we can just get as much as we
Thanks, Lhanji.
can carry.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, your total carrying capacity is 110 or something based on your wagons.
I see. Now it's
Right.
making sense. This has determined our capacity.
Yes.
is there a weight value for each
I'm
item?
sorry, I was
No,
totally
but
missing.
that is based on the number of invokes. That's how it's all like broken down. Is
I
like
see.
it's invokes of food, invokes of like shelter, and so on. And it's not there's not a weight breakdown, but I've estimated a space that it's taking up in terms of cargo for these.
Get some medical supplies.
Well, he has
don't have
a
really-
sample
But we do have a healer.
down here for 75
Here's
cargo
some
of 20 food, 20 water, 10 medical, 15 shelter, 10 other.
Yeah, I was just like estimating that the other stuff isn't on there. The pages are separated.
That we could start with that as a base. And then, like,
I think that's a good idea.
we said we added a tent, right? Another large tent.
Large tent is 10.
Are there
10
any
cargo.
fire bombs or flint and steel? Or...
Yeah, explosives. You guys could definitely get some explosives.
I mean, do we
Or something that's-
need it?
Well-
would I fill that role basically?
Flint and steel. Oh yeah, that's right. You get
I mean, I can create fire.
yeah, but
so-
what if you're screwed?
Yeah, but not
and
like
we need to help?
explosions necessarily,
That's
or like
true.
something that you can set like a charge and then leave or something like that.
I mean-
Dynamite kind of thing.
Mhm.
Would it make more sense to
Josh, do you
take
have
some
another
like
one of these?
ballista, some like sort of I don't know, dragon weapons, dragon
Josh,
scale weapons?
Do you have another one of these?
Nameless?
There's only 8. Yeah, we've got
Oh, I
10.
thought that had a front and back.
Nope, no back.
Dang it. Just write them on the back for now.
Okay.
I don't have another.
I could print one.
Are you naming them? You should name them.
I'm just putting
That way
their...
I'm a little scared because sometimes
Don't mess with
yeah,
it.
I mean, I guess that would be a
Just
lot.
write them on the back for now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. He asked me if I was naming them, and I said no. I'm naming them horse 1 through 6.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
they can
Until
get names.
we can get named to
Yeah.
give them names.
They kind of have to earn that.
That's true.
Cool. And yeah,
They're not Kalima.
what other things?
I remember Kalima's name.
We can also say that if it's a thing that was specific for your character, that this day you go out and collect it. So between what Longy bought in advance and anything that your character specifically wanted or wanted to do, I know like Ash is interested in that school, and we can after we decide the stuff,
Right,
we can
right,
roleplay
right.
that if that's what you're interested in doing with your time.
Yeah, I would feel that Ash as well would be interested in making sure we have some sort of, barrel tucked away somewhere.
Of alcohol?
Some sort of like barrel, a cask of wine.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that basically each, if you're needing to like really abuse the bottle or something to like
Yeah,
refresh yourself in some way, it's gonna kind of cost an invoke, right?
7.
right.
So how many invokes of alcohol are you bringing with you? And I know
Do
that
we have
it
an
seems like a lot.
That is tough to say. Do we have is there like an expected, like, this journey should take X amount of days?
Yes. I had it written down on one of these cards and I can't seem to find it, but I estimated like a 10-day to this point, basically,
A 10 day to this point.
and then like a 10-day worth of sea travel
Okay.
to the village, to Ekshaw village,
Village.
and then like a 10-day to get to, I think it's called Corbin's. Yeah, Keith's got the map queued up here. To Corbin's cavern or something like that. Is basically the last. Well, go out to the other one. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so it'll be a 10-day of sea travel up to Ekshaw, and then roughly a 10-day to get up to. Is it Corbin's?
Torben's Cavern.
Torben's Cavern. Yeah.
So
That's
like an inn. That's like the last bastion of.
That's base camp, basically.
Civilization.
And then after that, like a couple 10 days, 3, like you don't really know how long that you're going to be in the frozen waste before you find
So I would
it.
say 10 days worth, but I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like this is something that Lhanji would not sort of like put as a high priority kind of thing, to have sort of like a cask of wine for her team of people she's hired. I feel like Ash would sort of like step out of his comfort zone a little bit and go up to Alexi, be like, hey, listen, I feel like you might be into this as much as I am. Maybe sneak a little cask aboard. It's a long journey. A couple days worth of something to warm us up might not be bad.
I'd say that's a very prudent choice.
I don't think we need to make a big deal out of it. Like ask around at all. I think we can sort of get this done between you and me.
I'm sure there's a dog that we could
What a day worth of dog.
Beast of bird. Hey, he has that goiter. The magical barrel shaped.
Right. Oh god.
I'm sure we could find a little spot for it.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
feel
wagon
like
mine. But I'll tell you what, I got a buddy here who could also use some room for a couple of his own personal scented oils.
Well, I might.
Essential oils.
Multi-level marketing.
I mean, I feel like I don't know for sure, but I feel like you probably have, I don't know, maybe a bit of a closer relationship with the dwarf. I think you could
The
maybe.
milksmith?
Or are you talking about dwarf?
No.
The milksmith.
The milksmith,
The
right?
milksmith.
I'm calling him the dwarf at this point.
Yeah.
Is there something you need?
No, they're talking in secret.
Yeah. I'm wondering if you could see if we could sneak something onto that cart of his.
I'll tell you what. I know how to approach this. You go to the milksmith. You tell him, I think that your cooking is impeccable. It sounds like you've got a great talent. But never bring a cooking wine if it's not worth drinking. That's how you press it to him.
I think you're onto something. I'm just gonna. I'm telling you right now. Telling you right now. You're the one who can. Let me take care of getting the wine. You get it onto that card.
Oh!
Wine's on me, my man.
110.
But the convincing. How you feel about taking that part of the deal here?
Give it a shot.
So I'm
Remember.
gonna attempt to.
But remember, I do this, you gotta do something for me.
Oh, whoa.
I mean, if you don't call free wine along our travels something for you, then
Wine's wine. I can always source my own materials and brew a little bit. I used to do some home brewing.
I'm not interested in that at all.
I'll have you know, when you're out there on the battlefield and you need some hooch, sometimes you dig a hole, crush up some local fruit, and let it ferment. It gets the job done. So I think you might be a little bit more desperate for it than I am. Doesn't matter if we both enjoy it.
Lexi's so gritty.
All right.
But if you want this done, you gotta do something for me.
You just get it done, all right?
Shake on it.
A deal has been made.
All right.
This makes me want to play everyone sneaking something into the cart. I mean, isn't that like a space travel trope?
Oh yeah,
totally.
sure.
Yeah.
Who's bringing the parasite?
Okay, so I'm gonna say that this cask it takes up 5 cargo, but it's 10 days worth. Because it seems like a lot to be like it's an invoke every day.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you guys think of this?
sauce, man?
Or
30 food, 25 water, 15 medical, 25 shelter. That gets us this, right?
yes.
Okay, and then
That's 10, 10, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
and then 15 other, which 5 of it is a cask.
Yeah.
Shit.
One needs clothes.
Clothes,
This is not
fancy clothes,
Not fancy clothes.
All right. I don't feel so bad about the wine
survival
anymore.
clothes.
I mean, I think
How much
if you guys want to take
survival
extra, then it will be invokes. But assume that you have enough like on your person to be fine, and maybe
Be
like
clothed.
I don't know, 1 extra pair or something. So you're not going to this totally unprepared. But if you want to be going extra, you can.
Can
We need to go extra, especially since we've received reports that people can identify our unit. So we kind of need to mix up the
Okay.
colors.
What do you think, Josh? Would that be another 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can
Does that get
I
us 2
add
total?
1 day's invoke of alcohol in a flask
That means
that I
we
just
have
carry
5
upon
left.
myself? That doesn't need to go on the.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Totally.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, just in case we get
I
there.
was gonna say could have been favored if you needed.
5 left.
Yeah, we have 5 left.
Well, favorite's another
Maybe
one day,
medicine?
maybe.
Best boys always
We
got.
got a lot of medicine. We got
Okay.
15.
Did you guys do a ballista
wait,
yet?
did we?
Yeah, how much is a ballista?
Did we do medicine?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, 15.
where are the other pages of that document?
I think it's on that, isn't it?
Oh,
At the
here
bottom.
it is. It ended up over here.
It is 5, yeah.
Got it. And then ammunition for it.
We don't have enough room for that. I can drop the food down to 25.
No, don't do that.
I mean, I can salvage, but I can't make ballista bowls.
Okay.
All right, so then we got a ballista, and we have 5 bolts.
Yeah. And they could be different types of bolts too. They, if you want to be like damage versus net versus whatever.
Piercing. We should get a piercing one.
Yeah.
Let's get
damage.
several nets though. What do you think? 3 nets and 2.
I think it'd be great.
Piercing.
We're gonna need to catch some animals. Especially if we lose some horses. The end of this is gonna be pulled by like bears.
Mountain lions.
Bears, mountain
Black bears.
And probably we can salvage those.
Beautiful.
Does anybody have craft? Excuse me.
Oh, does it?
Well,
This
Dolph
doesn't.
does.
This doesn't account for
Here.
repair supplies.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, survival is if you need to grab supplies, right?
Let's take 5 from each of the.
Not necessarily. What are you at? Like, what are you trying to figure out?
Well, Jimothy is kind of useless, but by design. But I feel like if he runs low on medical supplies, he would know enough.
Yes,
to put the
it is
correct
possible to
things
scab.
together.
Yeah. So this is what you're talking about. Is
I just need to know what amongst our group is going to be rolling for what in order to find and
Excuse me.
source those things. Whether he has to make a deal with somebody to go with him to find the supplies.
Yeah, repair supplies as needed can be replenished through scavenging, survival, or repair. Resources by buying or by bartering if you're like in a town, right? But like if you're out in the wilderness, then scavenging to like find the wood that you need, right?
Okay.
And then to like make a repair check to actually like craft it into whatever and put it into play.
Okay.
But those, yeah. So in pretty much every case, depending on your surroundings, you can work to replenish your consumables, right? With food, you're scavenging. With survival, a lot of them you can look with survival, or like academics, depending on it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
There are ways to get it back. Okay, cool. Have we got that covered? Do we feel good about
I think
that?
so whoever took that sheet though has it.
Yeah. And
Did you grab that from me?
Which she
oh, you got it down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got our NPCs.
So
Admiring them.
Daniel has the manifest.
That might not be super legible, but
Illegible.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, obviously, yeah, not to abuse it, but like, this is the first session doing it, and we're still all figuring it all out. So if we realize something weird, like, whatever, we can make adjustments.
So a daily invoke means that like we can like refuse that invoke, but we would have to use it like a fate point. So it's like, oh, I go today without eating.
Yes.
Have to, like,
So
use a fate point to do
those
that.
rules are all in this document. Sorry, Daniel. I keep taking this from you, but
I like it. Makes it more difficult.
okay. There's a third page.
Maybe this one?
Yeah.
This is what the thing's on the back of.
Yeah. Yeah, going without necessities. When a survivor goes without, they either reduce their endurance by 1 to a minimum of -2, or they take a consequence. You can choose to go on half rations, and then you can recover from necessities by using like extra rations. So like if you go without and then you're like, I need to recover, like get rid of the endurance damage that I had taken or get rid of the consequences, you can do that by consuming extra.
Okay.
Yeah, gaining invokes by like scavenging, there's rules for that. You can send your NPCs to scavenge and go out and get stuff for you.
Alright. Cool.
Yep.
all right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Should we take a quick break or?
Right before, just like a couple more minutes. So, gosh, I guess Ash, you still want to do something at the school, so yeah,
I'm
we
still
should.
gonna try and sneak away. Do I need to try and we don't need to spend any time like getting that cask, huh? Or getting
No.
that cask on?
We don't need to worry about it. I think as long as.
Yurik is.
I mean, if you guys want to have that conversation, I'm cool with it. But I do agree that we should take a break, because I was going to try to get you guys on the ship, but it seems like there's some other stuff that we need to take care of before we do that. So let's take a 10-minute break. And then we are near to getting on to this ship and sailing into the shifting sea, which is a vast sea of iceberg-strewn, dangerous waters that they'll be sailing this icebreaker ship in for. So stay tuned. We'll be back in, 10-15, Keith? 15? 10?
What do you want to do? 15?
15.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
That's...
Oh, we got all our stuff.
All right, you guys ready for a pose?
Yep.
Oh.
That didn't work. Come on. Documented on this expedition roster, and as the game goes on, we'll be moving people from the column of crew into deceased as they pass.
If they pass.
If they pass.
If they pass, I say we make it to the top with everyone.
I mean, why shouldn't we shoot for awesomeness?
Yeah, right. Let's roll well.
People die, they weren't awesome.
Cool.
We'll just save
Unless it's
scum.
clean.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
And the table gets flipped.
Yes, so that is our cast as they are. Do you guys anything else that you need to do? Any loose ends you need to tie up? On the break, Ash and I discussed that he gets an opportunity here in this day to go to the evokers school that is here in Garritcer Harbor, and essentially he is given the burner's handbook. The evokers that work on the bows of these icebreaker ships are called burners, and they heat up the bows of the ships that are affixed with these metal to break through ice, and that is the sea that they're about to go onto. And so he got the handbook.
Gathered some knowledge.
That you can study in the nights to come.
Here's a quick glimpse of the map that gives you a good idea of the kind of Arctic landscape that we're going to be traversing.
Yes, thank you, Keith. Is that it?
And we got the old cask on the milksmith cart.
Did we have to have a conversation, or are we just assuming?
Yeah, let's do that now. I think that conversation would be fun.
I guess I casually.
Milksmith, if you're walking up to him, is, tying things down, roping things off, making sure everything's secure. Typical labor to get ready for takeoff. Feeding Kalima.
Well,
Things that she probably can't necessarily eat, but she does anyway. No, she can.
What can a goat not eat?
You're right.
Human flesh?
I'm afraid that is not off the list.
So yeah, that's what's happening.
that's it's a fine-looking goat you got there, Milksmith.
Yes, the finest of her herd.
So, tell me, I hear that you're quite the cook.
Well, I don't know about that. I certainly can cook.
Oh, believe me, everyone's heard of the Milksmith's name.
Oh, certainly, but not for my cooking. I simply just interested in adventuring with a party this size to see some greatness at the top of this mountain.
Believe me, my grizzled friend, you can infer a lot by what a man packs with him on a trip. I can see you've got quite a bit of pots and pans there, nestled underneath your rucksack.
I do plan on cooking to the best of my ability.
What kind of things will we be having on our menu?
I guess it sort of depends on what sort of things we find. Rabbits and foxes, perhaps, other things of that nature. Probably find some nice herbs, rosemary and whatnot.
Rosemary.
Make a fine stew.
It's a fine herb.
Mediterranean.
When I was on the battlefield, we didn't have much to work with when we would cook up whatever we could. We'd find small animals, foxes, rabbits if we're lucky.
You were in the war.
I was indeed. Could you tell from my scars?
Not necessarily, but
I try to cover up a little bit.
put her there. I was as well.
No. Hold on. Retcon. It's got to be one of these.
Oh yes, the
Of course, yeah.
With the immense flexing of both. Retcon the handshake.
I'll spend a
token for that.
token if need be.
And it actually has to be glisten, like you guys have had some
Yes.
water sprayed on your muscles in order to make it really
It's
glisten.
heard at the other
Oh,
side
we
of the
always
harbor.
oil up.
Just like a giant thunderclap of
I love
Well,
it.
Nooksmith, what'd you say your first name was again?
Yurik. Named after my father, Mirik.
Mirik. Ah, yes.
Sort of named after him.
Yes, Mirik. Is he the one who invented the milk stouts?
No, actually, my brother is the one responsible for the milk stouts. He's quite into lager, so and other types of beers. I don't know too much about it.
Oh,
I don't drink much alcohol.
What was his name again? Birik, right?
Yes, you've heard of it. How interesting! It seems like so many people know of our family.
Well, I happen to enjoy the oh god, libations of the alcoholic persuasion.
He spent quite a time preparing that. It's good that you enjoy it.
I do indeed.
That's not too much.
I'm looking forward to tasting some of your interesting culinary concoctions.
Certainly.
But could you do me one favor, my friend?
I don't see why not. I guess it depends on what it is.
Well, if we're planning to cook any small animals out there that we might happen to scavenge or barter for, one thing I happen to have learned from my very limited and crude cooking experience is that it always makes things taste way better. Well, I should say it always makes things slide down a little bit easier, no matter how stringy it is, if you happen to use a little bit of cooking wine. But you can't just use any old, riffraff or swill that you happen to find or homebrew out there. Believe me, I've tried. But while we have a chance to make something edible, could you do me a favor and pack some of this wine that we scavenged with us on our way? I think it'll go a long way towards raising the morale of our crew if we happen to have some decent grub with us on our journey.
Do you happen to have any digestive issues? It seems like you've tried many. Perhaps Jimothy can have something to help you eat better.
Jimothy's got he's got the digestives covered, but if you're going to improve the taste,
I do not want any of those.
Well,
if you're going to improve the taste,
certainly I would I'd love to. I have packed most of things in securely already. I'd have to do some unpacking. It might take some time to fit that thing on the wagon. You think we've got the time? I don't mind.
we can always make time for Pinot Noir.
That's his drink of choice. That's what you guys smuggled aboard.
That's what they had.
I feel like Ash is watching from the background.
That is
Like, I
hilarious.
think I picked the wrong guy.
I can't really say I can argue with that. Yes. Give me some time. Let the crew know that I'll just be another, 10, 12 minutes or so, and then we'll be ready to go.
If you need any help with some of the heavy lifting, you let me know. But I appreciate we had this good chat.
No problem. Just don't touch my goat.
It just slips in.
I would never get your goat.
Don't
I
touch
think
my
we'll-
goat.
Nice, but just
fine then.
Jimothy's
Just so we're clear.
taught me plenty of times, never touch a man's goat.
That's the first reasonable thing I think I've heard him say. Excellent.
Believe me, Jimothy had a much finer and longer coat before we joined you on your journey. Unfortunately, he's got what he's got now because of a run-in with a couple goats.
They're dangerous creatures. I'll see that the wine makes it aboard.
I appreciate it. And I'll let the rest of the crew know.
Excited to have a new ingredient, thank you.
Absolutely. And I'll make sure to let the rest of the crew know. Respect the goat, and the goat will respect you.
You're a fine friend. We'll go far here.
Good to meet you again, my friend.
The water like weighs out.
Yeah.
Sorry that was so in your face.
Nowhere else on Twitch will you see descriptions of such handshakes. Voted #1 handshake on Twitch.
All time. So we've had our sort of like our Jane Austen moment, or like Arnold Schwarzenegger moment.
Oh, we had our Predator moment already. Meanwhile, you guys shake hands, and then you hear a voice shout from above you. The ship's here! You look up, and I'm like, Furla is at the top of a tree, like soaking in the sunshine, and they're just looking off into the distance. Have seen on the harbor the ship approaching.
Beautiful.
Yes. You guys ready?
Yeah.
I'll be another 10 to 12 minutes.
Okay.
I say a quick nod from Ash to Alexi, just to make sure that the deed is done.
Then I'm ready.
Great.
I actually have taken a little, emptying the rest of my own little flask. Knowing nod.
All right. So yeah, the ship. I think the ship already was here probably, but it is loaded up. You guys have your your wagons and all that are loaded into it, and you guys all step foot onto the ship. The ship is the Sparrowhawk, named so after an awesome character from possibly my favorite fantasy novel series by Ursula K. Le Guin,
Wizard of Earthsea.
Wizard of Earthsea.
I'll post a link in the chat.
The Sparrowhawk, and its captain, Roaring Edith Halwell.
Oh yes.
Roaring Edith.
Roaring
Edith
is
what
his
they
name.
call her. Her.
Oh, her.
Why would you
And
use
so-
gender in 2019?
Roaring?
And as you're like, somebody's explaining this to you, maybe Longy is saying this is the captain's name, and you're like, what? And at that moment you hear this voice bellowing out, "You shit for brains, get your ass up there!" And you look up at the back of the ship here. She's standing and just shouting out orders, and a roaring, booming voice commanding her crew, load up the ship.
What was her last name?
Halwell.
Oh. I would probably best not to call her Lady Hellwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not a lady.
Probably captain.
Yeah. So you guys all load onto the ship.
Indeed.
Excellent.
Navius makes sure that all NPCs and players are accounted for.
Great.
Even Jimothy?
He does like flat face when Jimothy comes aboard. He's like, I suppose.
Milksmith.
If you must.
Would have been okay if Jimothy.
Yeah, he's like, dang,
So-
Jimothy showed.
Milksmith.
I would miss it for the world.
Pets Glena's head, kisses her cheek, and says, "Here we go, girl." And pats her on the butt as we go up the ship.
Oh shoot, Keith, there was one other thing that I totally spaced on mentioning. We don't need to worry about cargo to cover it, but I don't know if Furla has ever traveled by sea before. But I think that she needs soil on the ship in order to like rest or something.
Yeah.
Because she's a plant, right? And you've been doing this like resting in the ground. So we don't need to really make a thing out of it. But in that day that everybody was like getting their own things tied up,
I got a big old pot of soil, like one of those that are huge, that you're just, like rolling around.
Okay,
I
perfect.
see you
Yeah.
rolling it up the ramp.
Yeah.
The captain sort of
It's
side
just like,
eyeing
yeah,
it.
just like gigantic barrel. It's
Mhm.
totally filled with soil. Yeah.
Awesome.
But totally casual about it, but not very strong. So it's a lot of
Right.
and the vine is doing a bit of like nudging to help roll it along.
Cool.
Okay, so yeah, you guys head out to sea. I think everyone is gonna need to make me some probably endurance check for general like seasickness, and because you guys get out to sea and within a day. So you guys are setting out on the 25th sword of Summer's Descent.
It's important to note.
Yeah. We got the calendar. There it is.
So that would be
These dice are killing me today.
at the end of the yellow here.
25th
dice.
sword.
I know. I should have went with the
Should've
blues.
went with caramel.
I feel like I had
I
a.
rolled incredible last week. I thought it was gonna hold from week to week, but I don't think that happened.
I thought I had a pawn, but I don't.
Doesn't matter.
You didn't trust the gravity well.
And
Shitting on me.
yeah, it is kind of
Really is.
pretty stormy out at sea, and it's not really iceberg laden at this point in the bay.
Just waves.
So
But yes.
what do you need to succeed?
I'm looking for a 3. Fail.
I have a negative
Succeed.
3.
Okay.
He's never been at sea before. He's getting fucked up.
I tied a 3.
Okay.
Do we need to roll
I got a
for
4.
our NPCs as well for that, or
One.
our just
No.
names, or
No.
I rolled 2
They're-
negatives.
I don't think
two
so.
nothings.
okay?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I missed the question.
He was asking if
Oh.
to roll
We need
for
to roll
NPCs,
like if I need to roll for
but-
tired or anything.
but no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Um,
so the lie he made to his new friend is not.
I mean, you could if you want to be cruel, Josh, and people could take consequences.
Main NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do main NPCs as well.
Come on, Black. Whoop.
Oh, was that for side characters?
All right.
Ooh, sorry.
I don't like it, but that does go in character. I got a negative 2 on that. So both the Telesians are
seasick.
Oh my gosh, the exact same roll. All right.
What's Navius's endurance?
Navius's endurance is a 3.
I'm sorry, Navius.
You guys are all. Did you guys all
sick is
roll
he?
really poorly, or did I
Yeah.
make this number too high?
That number's
I just-
pretty high.
3 is
but
pretty high,
I
but
rolled-
Okay. How about a 2 instead? I'm getting comfortable with the latter.
Still fail.
But does that help anyone succeed? At a 2.
Navius ties.
Yeah. Okay. With the 2,
I feel like
Navius
even
ties.
if he was sick, he wouldn't show it.
Yeah.
And then somebody else said that they tied, then they would succeed. So yeah.
I got negative.
I'm gonna
on
go with a
both.
2. I'm sticking with a 2.
We're
all right.
fucked up.
My snow
the
vine
phone.
is sick. Is this a mild
That's Kalima.
consequence? Is this like an attack?
throwing up whatever.
It is an attack, yeah. But I
and
think
goes back
I think
to eating it immediately.
Yeah.
well, yeah, because it wouldn't make sense for it to be stressed because
Yeah, I think
we're gonna travel more from here, so probably a consequence, a mild consequence.
mild consequence. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it is.
And keep in mind, because this is the first time that anyone's taking a consequence, I want to mention this again real quick. Where are the specific rules for this game again?
I think
That you guys can trade. You can pass off. I know that you probably won't do that for this minor one, but
And you know?
just kill a minor NPC.
yeah, exactly. So
Eyes of sea.
this is also from the Fate
If
horror
we drink their blood, we'll be okay.
from the Fate horror toolkit. You've got this huge cast of NPCs. You might wonder, well, what the heck is the deal with all these characters? Well, they will be dying off because our PCs will be trading out consequences and to the NPCs instead. So instead of taking a PC taking a mild consequence, a player can severely maim a nameless NPC, have a supporting NPC take an extreme consequence, or have a main NPC with whom they share a positive relationship take a moderate consequence. So that would be your Vine Snake. Basically, it takes one worse than you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What? Yeah.
those are your options.
I think my consequence is going to be hiding in the pod. Like it's retreated into the
What is?
the snow vine.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's hiding in the pod because it's terrified of the ocean.
Okay.
So you've basically taken your bad roll and got.
No,
put it
I rolled
onto this-
fine. My snow vine rolled poorly.
Oh, okay. So it's taking a consequence of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both
Did anybody else need to see
both
this?
the Telesians are sick as hell.
So an NPC is just taking, if they fail, a mild consequence.
Yes.
So Kalima has an empty stomach, which is difficult for her.
She's been yakking.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, so the mild consequence is like an actual.
It's an aspect, but it's kind of entirely a trouble
Oh,
aspect.
okay.
It's a situational aspect, and yeah, it's generally trouble. I can invoke it against
Does it go away with next
you
session?
guys
We need to make like rolls to cure it.
to heal it. So this is where like heal checks and medical supplies and other stuff come in is like recovering from consequences.
All right, I guess.
And yeah.
She's way out of her element. Unless that needs to be like purely physical, sort of something that we can actually heal.
I mean, and it could be even just seasick.
She's just seasick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was having a hard time with the idea of the snow vine being seasick, but I was
Mhm.
like, it's terrified of the
Navius
seas,
is
so it's
good.
hidden in the
Navius
pod.
is good.
Is,
Both are sick.
Jimothy is sick.
are
So-
we also taking mild consequences?
Should I just put seasick for Jimothy as well?
Who?
Players.
Yes. Mhm.
I'm seasick.
Yeah, if you failed. Mm-hmm.
God, this is perfect.
Man,
I
so many
know.
people got seasick. It's great.
Oh.
It's like immediately setting up, be like, oh, we really hired the right people here.
Kalima barfed all over the other animals' food too.
Oh, no.
I feel like Kalima Barf would be the most intense.
Okay, so you guys travel for several days, and you start getting into thicker and thicker seas of this shifting sea, and you can see where soon it gets to a place where you're no longer navigating between icebergs, but you are basically running the whole of the the whole of the ship up against the icebergs, and there's an evoker at the front of the ship who is a burner who's superheating this.
So they have
bow
an
of the
evoker
ship.
on the ship
Mhm.
already? Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, but you can like join or like be a part or whatever if you or
Kick
talk to him. Yeah, I mean you probably would want to talk to the guy first, right? But it has been days, so if you would like to have.
I feel like in the time that we've been at sea, I've read the sort of the burner handbook, and would be looking to, if nothing else, for academic purposes, to test my mettle, I test my skill here. I also feel like Ash would assume that he would just be better at this than the person who's doing it, with zero experience, just based on how his life has gone so far.
'Cause he's a prodigy.
Right. So I think he would sort of walk up to the front of the ship, come up to the burner, and be like, just want to sort of watch for a while, and then sort of help out to see if we can get off this godforsaken ship faster, any faster than we're going. So he would attempt to try and help the burner sort of heat up, see if we can get through any faster than we are going.
All right, yeah. Give me a evocation check.
That's a 4
Yeah.
plus 4.
Yeah. I think you do.
Cool.
You do help him, and yeah, he coaches you along the way on some things.
Cool.
And basically, he's like literally like reaching his hands over and like setting them on the bow of the ship.
Right. I
Where
feel
this
like I'll just come
metal
on the other
implement
side.
is, and his hands are like bright, like red, like they had been in a forge, like steel, right? And they're just like
Right.
superheating this ship.
I think I'd probably come through, if nothing else, just to give him like a break to be able to take his hands off for a little bit, just so we could
Yeah.
do double duty, I guess, because
Cool.
I want to get off the ship as soon as possible.
Totally. Yeah.
Sort
So
of yak
so
off the
you guys
side as I do
are
it.
traveling for a while, and a storm starts to blow in, and this is probably. Sorry. Come on.
Goddamn.
This slider bar is just acts funky sometimes. This is a brutal storm. Massive storms blow down from the Horn of Asgirthod, which is one of the elements of the map, the geography of the map, from the Forlorn Waste, right? So from the North Pole in this world, these massive storms build up and blow down the Horn and blow into the shifting sea, which is where...
Could I put a pawn where it's at?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that area. So it's blown from where the compass is on the map, which is the North Pole, down this valley and out into this sea, which is what causes the shifting sea to exist. This massive sea of icebergs, right? Is that these storms are constantly blown down, and it's bringing like polar freezing winds with it. And so soon your ship is stuck in the ice. However, this is kind of a standard thing. It's not to be super alarmed. They are working at it, the burner and you, probably together or on both
Right,
sides.
right. No breaks anymore.
Yeah, you're like both reaching down and you're melting. And they have a team of animals out here that are pulling, and ropes attached. Oh, actually, I want to use these ones.
This can only end well.
Yeah, this sounds great. I think we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, I want that team of horses. Thank you. What happened? Why did it change sounds?
Well, the storm's done.
Storm's over.
I know.
Good job, guys. We made it.
Here we are.
Nice.
At the top of the mountain.
I take full credit for that.
Campaign done, I guess.
We win.
This is a good push.
Yeah, we won. We won.
You're welcome, my fellow heroes.
Strange.
See you next season. Same time.
Where we tackle the
same
desert.
Table. Trimming. Trimte. Brewing. It reminds me of something that I can't. What does it smell like?
Okay.
Recollect.
Smells like recollection.
Yes, a team of horses out in front pulling.
Yeah, strong sense of recollection here.
Smells like old memories.
That's something I like to do.
And you guys hear you guys that are out on the deck of the ship here. Well, okay, first of all, anybody that is out on the deck of the ship needs to make another endurance check, because this wind is just horribly cold. This is just going to be a 1 is what you're looking for in your endurance check.
If
But-
you're out on the deck.
Should
Yeah.
we place our people out on this ship?
Yeah.
Navius is out.
I guess-
rolled for him.
Is
You-
it like
you don't-
snowing?
Yes,
I'm
and it's
probably-
like freezing
I'm probably
winds, like the
Aiding people trying to like shovel snow off the deck and stuff like that.
I'm up in the crow's nest,
Deck.
keeping an eye out.
I guess
Okay.
Alexi would be like helping with like the ropes. or
Lhanji
something.
not on deck?
Is
Yeah,
seasick,
cool.
so I feel like it's trying
She's-
not to be on deck.
She's underneath. I'll put her on the side wing.
Okay.
No, I won't.
Well, just remind me that
Yes, I will.
if you come out,
I will.
that Yeah, you'll need to make it
I'll
eventually.
put her on the side then.
I passed.
Okay.
Shoveling snow.
Cool. Any?
I feel like
Oh.
Tay will be under deck as well.
Under, yeah. Below deck.
Jesus. All right.
Whoa.
Fine.
What is this? What that we're
So
rolling?
endurance.
Endurance
That's what
check
But I was just,
against the freezing
I got a one.
cold. You got it?
You're just looking for one, right?
Yeah.
I got a 5.
I feel
Yep.
like makes
Sound
sense.
good.
I'm
You
warming
succeed with
myself up
style,
anyways.
Keith.
Oh yeah.
No,
you don't
yeah.
give a fuck. You're like, I felt colder.
Nothing.
You are not prepared for the north.
I grew up in the Ekshaw.
Which I think you probably just get a boost or something. Overcome an obstacle.
Or is this a defend?
It is a defend, actually. Don't take damage and gain a boost.
Get yourself a boost.
I'm gonna say this is
Catch a ride.
just the beginning.
Wait, this isn't the end? This isn't the final step of the storm?
Of the cold.
Okay. Just the beginning of the cold.
Those of you that are out here, you guys hear a like what sounds like a like tapping coming from like underneath the ice. Maybe.
We hear
It's
it.
so loud that we can hear it.
Do we hear it in front, or is it kind of all around us?
You just hear it off the side of the ship.
I would turn to one of the people who are shoveling next to one of the crewmen
Mm-hmm.
or crew person and just like ask if this is what is this? What's that noise? Do you hear that?
Yeah, he like turns his head, huh? And then like pulls off like earmuffs or something. He's like, oh yeah, seals. We got seals.
Seals.
Oh, that's right. We could catch and cook them up. They tap on the ice to check where they can come through to get air.
Yeah. Let's catch some seals.
All right, so this crewman and a couple others round up some like harpoons, and is kind of giving the quick like rundown of how they usually try to do it. Is like to break through the ice. The seal is like right there, areas where the ice is thinner, and like wait to figure out where it is and like throw them all down at the same time. If you guys want to like do anything to try to,
I'm gonna use divination to create an advantage. I'm going to, be like seconds ahead.
yeah.
Peering through. I'm feeling through the wood of like the effects of moments in the future. I got a 2.
Yeah. That succeeds. Yeah, you're able to kind of help to pinpoint where it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really. I'm just making an advantage.
Yeah, yeah, you're creating an advantage for it.
Yeah.
Who does anybody like any of the players want to like roll to try to spear this thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would be
kind of
all about trying to spear seal. This is
Yeah.
like the
Get it
adventure that
endurance.
Yuri came for.
You're excited
Awesome.
to cook that seal up.
Oh, it's like a
kill
fight
it
He mostly
check.
just wants to
Yeah.
stab the thing and get it out of the. He's just
Fight
pumped
check,
on it.
and yeah, anybody that's on the deck of the ship, if they want to make a fight check by hurling, or like some other some other thing.
I feel like I'm probably busy.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd be concerned with that right now.
A moment in the future.
love it. And that can be used probably.
So I'm like here. So we're still on the ship, right? We're looking to like
Yeah.
throw this harpoon
Yes.
down.
Yeah.
So the moment in a future advantage. What is that about?
Oh, I'm seeing a moment in the future. Probably.
Are you calling out like where?
Yeah,
You know, like-
maybe someone could invoke it.
That's what I thought you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Or were you trying to do something? I thought you were trying to basically pinpoint like where it was going to be at.
So I was thinking like you were
Oh,
sensing life
gotcha.
or something.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay. I'm cool with that. Yeah. I'm a moment in the future, so I'm like,
You're sure about this?
It's coming up right there.
You seem pretty confident. I'm gonna trust you.
I have felt the vibrations through the wood.
Amazing. Trust you without a
Garrett
doubt.
gets so stoked.
Fight check
Oh,
may
hell
not
yeah.
need it though. Got a +4.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you nail this thing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you hear this. You know.
Shit. I think I got it.
Yep, you did, and it's like it's crashing around, and these crewmen jump down and like grab onto the spear, and they're kind of like wrestling with it, but they finish it off, and drag it up onto the shore here, and up onto the ship, I guess.
A seal, that's gonna feed
Yeah.
quite a bit of people too.
I don't know if they dress it like off the ship or on the ship, but
They probably got a place on the ship to do it.
yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we could make candles out of his blubber.
It's true.
That'd be helpful.
Yeah, so you guys got that. We can add some free invokes to your food.
Yes, that's
I guess you guys are
You've got
at
our
your. You will be consuming. So yeah, it's been.
It's just one of those.
Oh yeah,
three.
we've probably eaten and drank.
It's been 3 days. So you have.
on, the ship is
The
about
food
continental
and water rations. The way that they work is each invoke feeds 5 mouths, and I think you guys have. You have 21, so just round to 20.
20 mouths.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
So
how
four
much-
for each day. So you're going to use 12 food invokes to travel 3 days.
And then how much are we getting from the seal?
Oh, right. You get well, because you're splitting it with the crew. They're going to keep some, but you get I'll say 4 invokes. You get like enough to feed like your entire crew of people for an entire day.
Okay.
Yeah, and like animals and yeah. Awesome.
And
Yes.
water as well.
No, just food.
I mean, like we're doing that
Yes.
per day though.
Yes.
Is it worth getting another one? Because I was feeling a little competitive.
Let's see what you got.
I wanted to be like, that still only counts as one.
hell yeah.
Well, you don't see any more seals down there at the moment, but perhaps the opportunity will present itself again. Let's see. Keith, make me a will save.
Uh-oh. Ooh, that's good.
Man, you
I got
fire
a,
today.
I got a
Yeah,
4.
seriously.
Okay.
Not something you should say about a plant being.
You're not
You're
on
not,
fire.
you're not
today.
fire.
No fire has come near you today, so neat.
I got some things I can use though.
Okay. Do I have to tell you what my result was, or just that you are failing?
I don't know.
I don't know if it really matters.
Yeah, I mean,
I got a 7.
Oof.
Really failing.
God damn!
I got a 4.
Those rolls are crazy today.
God damn!
I don't know what this necessarily is, but I'm a moment in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You didn't get seasick, did you?
I did not. I'm a mystical tundra dryad. I don't know. I'm just gonna take it.
Do you?
You don't have enough
okay.
context
I
to
didn't
know how to
invoke that.
justify, do you?
Yeah. I was gonna say I could give you some.
I didn't invoke that earlier.
Right, I just did right now.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I could give you some context if you want to know, like
I think it's
Yeah,
what you're
just
experiencing,
start
but it is kind of enchantment-y, so I'm not sure, like, you know. Well, so you're looking out into this, like, blowing, crazy snow, and you're, like, almost, like, remembering a time when you used to live at the Ekshaw village, and when you used to live among their people, and when you... this is a backstory that we have talked about. When you led the chieftain's daughter away from the village, you guys were playing, and the chieftain's daughter was taken away by something, which I want to kind of leave a mystery for now, but you know what I'm talking about. This is the reason that you are a curse of the land, and you were driven out from your... from your place. You are like certain that you are seeing the chieftain's daughter out on the ice, as young as she was back then, and she's like waving to you to come, and you're feeling compelled.
I don't love this so much.
Okay.
R.I.P.
In that-
Chieftain's daughter.
In that case, can I take back this thing and just go with it? Just totally botch this roll?
I'll allow that.
If that's cool.
Yeah, I should have explained it to you first.
Yeah.
Notice rolls.
Yeah, well, so
That girl out there! Mm-hmm. We have to save her.
Oh.
She's the chieftain's daughter of the Ekshaw village.
What girl? What are you talking
We
about?
looking at
Does anybody else? Anybody else see it?
Oh, I thought you were heading out there. You're just telling us to head up. You're telling us about it.
yeah, I think that was kind of the idea. Was well, I mean, yeah, you can.
Keep going.
Windows.
Acting on borrowed time.
Yeah, I was saying that you're being compelled to
Okay,
follow.
I'm going
to walk
then.
out there. Yeah.
So I slide down the crow's nest.
And you can say something as you go by, but be like, "You're going."
Yeah.
Right? You're being compelled.
Yeah.
Magically.
I step up onto the railing of the ship and glance back, and I'm like, I have to save her. It's the chieftain's daughter. And jump off the edge of the ship.
Oh, well, that explains it.
My God,
The Chieftain's daughter.
Where are you going?
And start
Garrett screams.
running across the ice.
Looking for daughter. I see anything?
Meanwhile, you guys hear like tapping on the ice again. Just the seal sound from before. This time it's coming from the other side of the ship.
Oh, that sounds. I mean, that's some good meat right there. You know, nothing bad gonna happen with that.
Get after it.
But our companion is.
I'm kind of fishing for like. I want to invoke my trouble of like superstitious, so I don't know if I saw anything, but if it was something that was mystical and that like you felt like.
You didn't see anything.
Okay.
He's the only one who's being. Yeah.
All right. I want to figure out how to like.
But certainly you could
Justify
compel your character to do something
That's what
really
I'm saying.
stupid because
Like
you're superstitious.
I feel superstitious, and I feel like I would feel like it'd be a bad omen to not want to save like a girl stranded out there in the middle of like the ocean or whatever you want to call it, sea.
Yeah.
So that's for me. I would feel compelled to want to do that because I feel like that would be like bad juju for the group.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely, without hesitation, jump off and run after Furl.
Okay. Great.
Are you invoking when you're.
Absolutely. Invoking superstitious.
Okay. Yeah. So you are. Yeah.
I'm looking
You're
to the
earning
crew around me and I'm like, do you see anything? I'm confused about this.
And you hear that coming from the other side of the ship.
Yeah, I'm probably not worried about the seals at this point. I got one, and also these guys are jumping off the ship onto like ice that they don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what to do here.
Was it confirmed that was seals?
Yeah, we got the first time
We
around.
got one
we
seal.
got actual meat out of it, but we don't.
But
we
the
just
second
we can
time-
only assume.
Second time it hasn't been confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I
the
assume
seals
that.
are under the ice, so it's kind of like a.
Yeah, but something fishy's going on.
Clearly, but we don't know that.
Unintended.
Well, we do know someone is seeing things in the snow.
Sure, but I mean that could be completely.
And it's not a
Happenstance.
coincidence to Navius.
Is Navius on deck?
Navius is on deck.
Okay.
Yeah, he hears the tapping out on the snow over here.
We'll do a survival. Not huge. I think that's a total of 1.
It's hard to tell much from here because the tapping is coming from a little further away, but like further with closer inspection, getting off of the ship. I think it from like on the deck of the ship, it's too hard to tell.
Alright, in that case, I'll swap out. I'll have Navius go down and bring Lhanji up.
Okay,
I'm gonna do a search.
and Navius stays up as well, I assume.
I'm gonna
And
do a search
Longy is coming up with.
over
Lhanji
the
is on the other side.
over the deck to try to find this girl.
You're looking.
Yeah.
What are you? Okay, you're just perceiving.
Yeah, I just.
Oh, this is definitely a good idea. Send all our heavy hitters off on a wild goose chase.
I got a plus.
End well.
I got a +4.
Oh my. Is that snow or hail?
I think it's rain.
It was hail earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I was waiting to get food, I was watching the
Shit.
little ice taps.
It's hailing here in Nashville.
I'm also gonna do a survival.
Perfect.
I feel like the Verla and Alexi jumping off the ship, since I'm like sort of right there and we're sort of blocked up anyways, I might have like lifted head just to search around and
Oops.
see if I can notice anything about the tapping of the girl or really anything.
I got a +4 on my search roll to find this.
You see absolutely nothing.
I got a +4 on survival, trying to discern what the tapping is.
You can't tell what it is, but you can you have a better idea of where it is, but it's just it's like off of.
So it's off to the side that I'm.
Yeah, it's like if I'm pointing to a place, it's like over in this area here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I probably asked. So I'm not even paying attention with the seal. I might ask the burner what that is.
He tells
what is
you.
that tapping?
He tells you it sounds like a seal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have any other sort of insight on that.
I watch these idiots run off into the snow. I'm just confused, and
Smart call.
the crewmen
They just
around
sort
me
of like-
seem confused.
These strangers are. What are they doing?
All right, so you guys are heading off in this direction.
Girl out here on the ice seems unreasonable.
You still see the girl, and she's like giggling and like running and turning around and like, you know, waving you and like laughing. And then at some point,
I'm like calling out to her.
mm-hmm.
Does she have a name? Kayla?
Whatever, yeah.
Kayla!
She's laughing.
Kayla!
And like this big, you know, sudden gust of a bunch of snow blows across, and she disappears, and in her place is a massive, bloody maw of a creature that I'm calling a polar lion. Yeah.
I love that little scratch on his eyes.
So think like a saber-toothed tiger,
Fuck.
like, but also a polar bear, like and
Right.
crazy furry, crazy thick hide,
Big
right?
claws.
And muscular and massive apex predator. and it is like staring you at the face from like, 20 feet away.
Holy shit.
When you suddenly snap out of this.
It's doing that thing with its mouth that bears do, where they're like,
No, it's like doing the cat like getting ready to pounce.
Oh God!
yeah.
Alexi, you're in trouble.
All right, should we roll initiative?
Between the two of them, or everyone on the deck?
Let's just roll it for everyone.
There's fun for
because things
everyone in
happening.
this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys will know soon enough when.
What do we use for initiative? Oh, it's dependent
Survival,
on the thing,
isn't
right? It's dependent on the
It could
situation.
be survival, like notice. It could be athletics.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say notice for the people that are like on the deck
Which
of the
is
ship,
survival,
but for the
right?
two of you, it should be like fight or something.
What's
Okay.
notice search?
Got it.
Survival.
Survival.
Would athletics
Survival.
be
I
okay?
think everything's
Would athletics be okay?
Yeah, I'd be cool with athletics.
I got a plus
'Cause this thing's, like,
2
jumping
on
at you.
survival.
Look at those. I've rolled this like 5 times today.
I got a 4.
Holy shit, the caramels are really.
The caramels are my babies.
jams.
I got a +4.
I got plus 2.
These are Jimmy Jams.
Okay, I should
My
do this.
Jimothy
Write this down. Who
jams.
got the highest? At a 4.
I got a
Plus
4.
the highest.
All right.
What's your survival?
I did fight.
Oh,
they're close.
Oh, gotcha. What is your
We're-
fight? Plus.
Mine's +4. I had 2 pluses.
You
and
should
2
go
minuses.
first.
All right. So at 4 we got
Yes,
Alexi and
it's
Yurik.
closer.
Who had a 3? Who had a 2?
I had a 2.
Ash.
Did you roll?
I had a 1. What did you have?
-1.
A -1.
Longy just coming up on the deck.
Still
What
ill.
the fuck?
That's right.
Cute
Why are there
pictures of
people
shitty
off the
eyes.
boat?
Okay.
Idiots! Oh, idiots!
So Alexi's going first. Is that what we said between
Yes.
you guys?
Do I roll initiative as well?
Yeah, you would if we're doing it like this.
Okay, so I did, and I rolled well, and I won the initiative.
Okay.
Fucking hell, of course, because it's
All
some
right.
sort of mystical
Start us
surprise
off then,
being.
Josh.
Fucking hell.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Don't apologize.
Kill us all in the second episode.
Yeah. Well,
That's the
Unless you
idea.
touch
I guess
my
that's
goat,
it.
And you're gonna need to apologize.
I should probably get closer up here, huh?
I told him
yeah,
not
get
to
close to
apologize unless he touches my
that
goat.
beast.
Oh.
Oh, no.
I know, it was like, oh, it's off of that. Oh, it's off of that, too.
The
Hey,
beast
we did it.
pounces.
We did it. We beat him.
These guys.
We win.
Hold up. Does that mean if he slipped and is off footing, do we get a situational
That's
advantage?
just so unfortunate. This thing has just been sitting on the shelf up there.
I know, it's one of my miniatures, so you know it's been around for a minute.
Yeah, it jumps up. I wonder if I can, do have some super glue. Super glue it real quick.
There we go.
Yeah, just to glue it up on the rock.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah, cover me, guys.
We got this.
What was it called? The ice lion?
Polar lion.
The polar lion with its bloody jaws jumps upon the unsuspecting
Felinus Arcturus.
folks.
We could,
It growls, but yet purrs
Felinus Ursus.
as it descends upon its
It's
prey.
basically like a lion bear.
No.
also, Heroes Guild
Oh, hell yeah.
is an important thing in our lives. Josh is the founder of the Heroes Guild. It's an after-school tabletop role-playing game program where we teach kids aged 6 to 16 tabletop role-playing games. The older kids play Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and the younger kids play a game of our own making, the Heroes Guild RPG, which we have 300 plus playtesting hours on now. It's working its way into the 3rd draft. It's powered by the Apocalypse, but made for kids and to teach them heroic morality
man.
and conflict resolution, great decision making process.
De-escalation.
Yeah, so that's great stuff. If you want to hear more about it, in the chat I'm posting many links. You can check out our website and subscribe. But also we have this incredible podcast that was made on an NPR podcast that was lovingly crafted, where you can hear some of the most precious kids playing it, all of which were hand chosen to have the greatest lisps possible. But it's pretty incredible experience and lovingly crafted, and there's more of that to come in the future. So that's that. You back, Josh?
Thanks, Keith. And yes, I was unsuccessful in gluing that thing together, so we've swapped it out for a boar instead. Gigantic,
Evolution.
dire boar.
Rolled a nat one.
Well, at least you know what it looks like.
Yeah, no, it is.
The mini was great.
Yeah, totally.
It was nice.
Terrible timing.
What the heck? Yeah, totally. Just and then the way that it broke in two pieces is like, what the heck?
The
It just
fuck?
fell apart.
Okay.
All right, so this thing pounces at you, Keith.
Oh god. I realize now.
Polar boar.
Polar boar does have a ring to it. I will say
It
that.
does. Polar
I think I'm
boar.
defending with athletics. I'm trying to jump out of the way.
Yep.
Almost did it. Put it on the right cheek.
You're on ice.
I'm at a 0.
Who knows?
Oof.
Nice.
How thick is the
All
ice?
right.
But I got things I can use. What are you looking at?
Who, me?
These are all.
I'm at a 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to mitigate this damage because it's attacking me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a moment in the future. So that puts me at a 2.
I forgot to mention that your main NPCs share a stress track with you. So instead of your main NPCs not having a stress track at all, like they do, but it's tracked on your character sheet, and effectively it's both of yours. So if you want to be sending your main NPC into combat, you can. They take damage, like you take it together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's not even that you take it together; it's that.
You have one,
All right, I think I'm gonna just suffer with the 3.
so they don't immediately take
difference.
conflict.
Okay, a 3 difference.
Yeah.
3 shifts. All right, yeah. So this thing pounces on top of you and is like trying to like shred clothing off and stuff, biting at you. That's it for me.
Man. I'm thinking kind of more of a break the ice and make a tactical retreat. This was clearly like not a great decision, but okay, so
The ice just
go with me on this and how I'm thinking. Is the ice too thick for me to like want to crack and make like a barrier, I guess, so they would have to like swim if they wanted to get closer to us?
Yeah, I kind of think it is.
Okay.
I mean, in the places where the seals are coming up, it's like places where it is thin, and they're like checking even for like thinner places when they're poking.
All right.
I don't necessarily think that's what it's like in this immediate area. Well, I mean, you could make
Depends
me
on
a
how well
check.
you roll.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
You could
I don't
tell
wanna
them the
waste my
difficulty.
turn
You could
just to,
basically
like-
say like it's gonna be a 3. It's gonna be a good challenge to break.
Yeah,
the ice, or-
I think it would be like a 4.
Would I
think
use fight or would I use endurance or athletics?
probably.
'Cause I'm like,
Yeah, I
gonna
feel like
jam a sword
I feel
down.
like athletics. I feel like
Athletics makes sense.
it's like just how much might can you put
How much
into it
strength,
more than
yeah.
anything. Yeah.
but then again, I think that's all that's gonna do is create an advantage.
I mean, or a disadvantage if you don't really. If you guys fall through the ice. Polar boar or polar lion.
I think polar boar is gonna make a quick work out of Furla over there.
Yeah.
Well, what are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to fight it, or are you trying to escape?
Honestly, I think that
Trying to
Trying to
slow
just
it?
disrupt whatever's
I think we
happening
should-
right now.
I think we ought to make a tactical retreat. Knowing what I know about having fought in battles before, I
Yeah.
really think that it's better to live and fight another day than to get pretty roughed up this early on.
You
So
could
you're
you
just
could
saying, let's get
taunt
the
it.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, I do have provoke. That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, you could attack it with provoke. You could also like create an advantage with provoke where you're like you've taunted it or drawn its attention or something like that. Distracted it.
I'll go with my first thought was to take like the sharp edge of the blade and just like almost like a golf swing to like scrape up some ice into its eye. But
Yeah,
I
blind
think
it.
that's what I'm gonna go.
I think that's good. Yeah, create an advantage
Yeah,
with
yeah.
fight. Sounds like.
All right, I'll do that. That seems more plausible than literally cracking huge Arctic ice.
Yeah.
With might alone. So it gives me a 5.
A 5, yeah. And what did you decide that you were doing in the end?
I ended up almost like a golf swing. I was just like scraping up the like with the edge of my blade, scraping some of the ice up and directing it at the boar's eye in order to blind it.
Okay, to create an advantage?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I think you succeeded with a 5, definitely.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know. Do I make a defend check for that, or I think not for an advantage? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I think it's a passive. And you
Yeah.
kinda just decide how hard
It's
it is.
passive. Yeah.
Is it good enough for 1 or 2?
And it could be based on their stat.
You succeeded, but not with style.
Okay.
How do you feel about blinded by the ice?
Blinded by the eyes.
Yeah, I'm good.
I went with some song lyrics for you, Taylor.
beautiful.
I love it. It's beautiful.
Revved up like a.
Blinded
Polar.
by the ice. Well, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Who's next?
My turn.
I'm sorry, I'm doing initiative here.
So
yeah.
I rip another one of these harpoons out of the hand of one of the crewmen that was about to like was still looking for seals and is sort of frozen by the look of this wild boar.
Mm-hmm.
And
Polar boar.
polar boar or polar lion, not a boar.
Polar pig.
I'm actually not attacking it. I'm trying to create a situational aspect of pinned. I'm trying to pin it to the ice, like through the leg or through its just fur, like to make it go through it and the ice. So creating a. So what do you think would be? Is this a fight or?
What are you throwing to do
The
that?
harpoon. I'm trying to basically
he's using a
pin it.
projectile to like grapple it, basically. Is that like the closest way to
I
really
think that's
describe it?
the inappropriate way to
Would
say
that be
it.
athletics mostly?
You're grappling it, but you're.
I mean, I think it's fight because it's a matter of like precision. Like you'd have to like hit it in the foot or something to pin it.
Yeah,
And from that far away,
I'm doing it.
I mean, it is blinded.
actually, I don't even think this is a defend. I think because I don't think it would be aware that you're throwing from that far.
Yeah.
I got.
But I think it's just going to be a hard DC.
It may not work. I got a 0.
Usually it's a -1 for every zone.
How many zones?
And it's in. So
It-
probably the
it's-
ship is a zone,
yeah.
and that's its own zone.
Agreed. Yeah.
If it's actually like a weapon that has range, then it wouldn't take any kind of penalty. But this.
I may not get it. Ooh, I can re-roll though. That would be interesting. And this is a fight, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I should re-roll though. So I'm gonna invoke Battle Chef of the Frostforge, and get a +4. I don't know.
How are you?
+2.
How are you
Just
invoking
+2.
I'm sorry. I have a +2 to fight. I rolled
gotcha.
0. I meant to say I rolled.
Oh, your result was a 4.
Yes.
Okay, I think a 4 is enough to do it.
Sweet.
Yes.
Pinned to the ice.
Yes, blinded and pinned. Just like I was imagining, just like through its fur or something, like some like piece of its fur, or like
Catarask.
foot or something. Yeah, this is for
Polar bear is pinned and blinded.
Man, we are rocking this guy.
All right.
The turns have tabled.
Who's next on the initiative, Keith?
Ash. And then I'm up after that.
Ash it up. Ashes to ashes.
So this thing is basically on top of Furlough right now, correct?
Well, I mean, technically it hasn't like tackled her or anything like that. It's just dealt her damage. It's just narrative.
Swipe.
It struck me.
In case you're trying to light it up.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm worried about Furlough being so close. But I do have one of my stunts is can shape magic. Use one of my fate points for that. So I'm wondering if I can sort of like be very specific with something of that nature.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what that feat is for.
Sick.
Is to be able to do something like that in this situation and not
Okay.
worry about hitting.
I think as I turn to see what I do is, you know, I see it attacking Furlough, and I raise my hand up, and from my hand, a flame gathers round, but I basically make a shape of a golden eagle, just as we came across like in the previous days, of flame, and send it over to the polar bear to hit it
Cool.
right in the face.
Cool.
Just in between Furlough and Alexi, just right through. I just want it to just like swoop down,
Yeah.
basically envelop the lion's face.
All right. Give me a evocation check.
I'll need to do this.
I'm gonna do athletics
shape.
to try to dodge. Okay. I don't think you need to shape just to attack it with a ranged spell.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. No, I think that's more so if you're I don't know, if you're trying to like
One
I don't know,
more-
hit multiple like
Yeah, there's a mechanic where you can attack everybody in the same zone.
exactly.
Okay. All right. I just didn't know if I needed to use that to like make sure I didn't catch Furlough on fire.
No, I don't think so. But it is going to try to jump out of the way of it.
All right.
Man, bear
Athletics.
That's a plus
Polar bear
3.
lion
I also had a 3.
Even invokes because blind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I will invoke blinded by the eye since it can't see it coming.
Yeah,
that's,
love
that's
it.
perfect.
Love it. Okay.
To get so that'd be a 5 then.
Okay, a 5. Versus its, I said I had a 3.
And this sticks around because it was high enough to. We can invoke it still, but we have to pay a fate point.
Sweet.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that's 2 shifts, yeah. Okay. And I just want to make sure that I was doing this right, Keith. Like, that means that I just check, like, the 2 physical
two,
blocks,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. Yeah, and that goes past its armor, too, so.
Waller.
All right.
I'm up. Sorry. Forgot my initiative. Alright, I am, I'm gonna run. But, in order for me to run away, am I gonna have to make a roll against it because it presenting some kind of passive opposition to me, like?
No. Well. I mean, it's pinned to the ice. So, I don't know.
So it can't move, right? Even though that's
It's not grappling you.
Yeah, okay. I'm asking mostly because I want to do something and then move. So I'm going to place my hands on Alexi and cast. I don't know. I'm just thinking like bark skin from D&D.
Yeah.
Right? Some kind of like nature spell that's like do you have like a wooden shield or?
I'm sure I've got like wooden greaves or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I've clearly got. I've probably got something that's like a backing or whatever. Even if there's like metal like on top of it, I'm sure I'm carrying some sort of like. I don't know, wood paneling or wood plating.
Are you cool with bark skin being a thing? creating an advantage, and it's just like bark skin, and then you can use it to with defense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm creating an advantage with nature. I got a 2. Is that good enough? Fair.
That's always kind of the weird thing in this.
I know,
but
yeah.
that doesn't seem like a particularly challenging thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just giving a.
I mean, there is this dude is threatening me, so that might make it harder. His presence. Some,
No, it's
some,
fine.
Combat casting or something. Because I could spend I'll spend a fate token just to make sure.
Okay.
Push it over.
Okay.
And it's because I'm a moment in the future, so as it's like swiping at me, I'm like able to sidestep it.
Cool.
Lay my hand.
Love it.
Bark skin
Oh, there it is.
on Alexi,
Just on cue.
and
That's how certain speed works, don't you know?
and then I'm moving to the end of the zone.
Great.
And that's my turn. And Lhanji.
Oh, wait. So are these hard?
Lhanji, you came up on deck here, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so before you
Endurance.
before you do anything, make me a notice, survival check. This is free from your action.
It's a -1.
Okay.
And just so we're clear, like, you have to come up on deck in order to take an action. Like, for example, if Jimothy wanted to try to make something that could cure seasickness,
Yeah, it would take an action.
so he would have to come on deck in order to do that, or could he have been doing that and just like completely not even?
Oh yeah, I mean it's been like days that you guys have been traveling, so he could have done that if you want to like.
I'm not saying he could administer it
Narratively.
mid-battle, but I was just like,
Yeah, if you want to like.
I'll do that at some point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, on your turn you can control your main NPC or you. So if on your turn you want to be like, I want to like kind of retcon that Jimothy has been making up a anti-seasickness thing, and then like roll for it, that you can say that you do that, but you wouldn't be acting with
No, I
Lexi.
wouldn't. Not right now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. You're looking around, but continue.
I'm seeing nothing. Seeing less than nothing.
Is it because you're blinded by rage at how incompetent your team is?
No, I'm terrified. Are there like ladders or something I can put down for them, or are the harpoons attached to ropes?
Yeah, there's like a
to take action to
there's like net type thing that can be
help
thrown
them
over
out
that
if
they
they're
can
running. Yeah.
crawl up easily. Yeah.
So I guess
An aspect
I think that would create an
Lord.
advantage
Yeah,
for
that's
them
what
to
I
get
was-
back up onto the ship,
Yeah.
which I do think it was going to be like a check to get back up onto the ship.
So a quick aboard.
Yeah.
A rope of rescue.
Boarding that. That's what they're called, at least when you use them on other ships.
Oh, a lifeline. A literal lifeline.
Did you roll for that or no?
what should
Should she roll that?
Yeah, create an advantage. What type of a check?
Yeah.
Are you like could you be commanding the other soldiers to do it?
Yeah,
I feel like you would
Yeah.
be commanded
The
report or
report.
whatever.
You make order in the sense of chaos.
That is +3.
Noise.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's enough.
Noise.
Hey,
It's not with style, but
There's a boarding net.
cool.
Lexi, what are you doing?
get back on this ship this very minute.
Yuri
As
looks
you-
around and is like,
As you wipe the puke from your tunic.
I'm just shrouded in
Why are we
green.
still on the boat?
Making sure our green friend doesn't become a pile of kindling.
as you're facing down this.
All right, back to the monster.
All right. Yeah, you're yelling at them. What are they doing? And you hear a sound behind you, Lhanji.
The tapping.
It's not the tapping. But Keith, you can go ahead and... Well, okay, so you hear a sound behind you, and you turn around, and you see arms reached up over the deck of the ship, and these, like, long, grotesque fingernails, and the skin is kind of, like, translucent, and pulling itself up, and watery black hair that's like over the face, right? Is this kind of half fish, half woman, sea hag, sea witch looking creature.
Oh, no.
It is called a Kalupalik, and it is a real creature from not a real creature. It is a creature from
It's a real crypto.
it's a creature from Inuit mythology.
Oh, nice. I was waiting for this.
Yeah.
Ready for the image?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This is what I was excited about.
Yeah, there's and here's the image of this thing. Pulled up a couple of them on the internet, and it is just horrifying.
Does it steal,
does it steal
like,
children?
little babies?
Yes, they steal babies.
I'm not
but when they're desperate, they will also attack like adults and ship crews.
I'm sure they could misinterpret a couple of short-statured adults as babies.
Sure, that's fucking awesome.
So this mini is ridiculous, of course. It shouldn't be large, but it is like a gross hag mini, so I'm going with it.
Did it cause
It's on the ship.
It pulled itself up onto the ship.
image out on the ice?
Yes.
I was thinking that wasn't a lion doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
Yeah, I know.
something else.
To the audience at home, no, the polar lion did not create the weird image of the chieftain's daughter.
Or
The Kalupalik
The
did.
polar lion is projecting the Kalupalik.
Oh,
Yeah, the polar lion is like fucking way OP. Way OP.
They're all in cahoots.
Or the Kalupalik is actually the boar lion, and
They're
that is
cousins.
projecting the Kalupalik, which is actually a boar lion that has pulled itself up onto the ship.
Wow, okay.
Captain, Navius trouble.
Yeah, so it pulls itself up onto the ship. I think that's really all that it can do for its action. Well, I don't.
Please.
I think it's an action to climb.
It is on the ship now. It stands upon the ship.
Yeah, standing on the ship,
And how tall
it
is it?
stinks like you know,
Of course it does.
like
Fucking
the sea and
rotting
dead fish
death.
and
Jimothy's
yeah,
medicine.
and I forgot to.
medicine does not smell like
She takes a bottle to her skin and just sort of scoops some of it up.
I forgot to mention it, but there's a humming sound. That was like emanating really before it came up, but that would have changed things. So I'm just gonna cue it up anyway because it's creepy. What was the question? How tall is it? I think it's really just like human size. But like maybe it's really tall, like 7 foot tall, but then like lanky and hunched over.
Right.
And it's got the bag that it's wearing, like in the picture here, is a thing that the Inuit people wear to carry their babies, right? And this creature was created in their folklore to like teach kids not to like wander off too far away from the villages, right? Or they'll get stolen away by the Kalupalik.
Dude, I'm just gonna keep this picture right here.
I know.
It's fucking freaky as hell.
I know. Yeah, so that thing climbs up onto the ship.
Just look at.
Meanwhile,
scroll through,
the
it's
polar
like
lion
incredible.
is attacking Alexei.
The Kalupalik is attack. Oh, the
No,
boar.
the polar.
Sorry, okay. I was like, what?
The boar lion.
It's so long range.
So make a defense.
I got a 4.
And what is? Do I have a stat that?
Fight.
Okay, fight. All right. So
Oh, that should be good.
5.
All right. Aspects. Do I have any aspects working to my advantage here?
Your ugly as sin.
What's that?
Oh, that's being stupid. Sorry.
No.
There's a lot of stuff against you. Pinned
there's
to the ice.
I'm gonna spend a fate point to reroll because I haven't spent any yet. I gotta spend these, so I'm gonna spend that.
What are you using? What aspect?
Okay, I'm using
Yeah, what's her high concept?
the Polar Lion's high concept. It's an apex ambush predator.
Oh yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that's fair. And it's hungry.
It's like
Yeah, and you look delicious.
I know. I've got crunchy skin now.
Well, that was a compliment.
Okay, so I got a 7.
a 7.
I got a
Coming from someone
7.
who's
Oh,
delicious
shit.
as him.
Fuck.
I got a 7.
You got a 5, right?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Even if you invoke.
Now keep in mind, like if you take damage, you're only taking like 2 shifts, which your character has probably a bunch of physical shift damage that you can take. So it's not.
You've got 4 physique.
You could also invoke some of
pride
this stuff.
myself.
But yeah, there are definitely things against it that you can.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and you have your bark skin.
I do have my bark skin, and that's something I can use this and then spend again, right?
Yep. Yeah, you get 1 free invoke from it.
Sweet. Well, if I tie it, I don't take any advantage or damage.
It's attacking you, so on a tie, it would gain a boost against you, but it does not deal damage to you. So it would kind of get you an advantage against you, but you wouldn't take damage.
Well, I know at least I want to tie it.
Yeah.
Might as well. So I'll mark bark skin.
There you go.
The magic pen.
And I have a lot of tokens. So, okay. So if I invoke the Blinded by Ice, can I do that again next round and just spend another token, or am I only allowed to invoke 1 situation per encounter? Is that? Am I asking? Am I making any sense at
You're
all?
totally making sense. I think you can do it every turn.
I can do it multiple
right? Like you
times.
just. Really, it's just that you can't do this. You can't invoke the same aspect twice for the same.
Yeah, I don't want to be
the
like,
same roll.
oh, well, I'll do Blinded by Ice, and then I'll spin a token again. You're like,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
then
you
I'm
could
gonna-
invoke all of this stuff and it's once in a single turn, and as long as you pay for it.
I'll do. Does it matter if I?
You don't have to check it again. Yeah, you just you paid for it.
Well, then I'm gonna pay for it because I got plenty of tokens.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you beat it
Damn.
by 2 then. Yeah. So you succeed. You don't take any damage.
Fuck yeah.
So Kirby is bringing up some good points of maybe there's a situational aspect of the ice.
God, man, I totally keep
bear
forgetting to put down.
Because you can have situational aspects
Well,
in zones where you're
yeah.
like the ice is slippery, so
Right.
that's a situational aspect that could be
Also,
invoked.
Yeah.
if you want to keep making me burn my tokens, I am seasick.
Yeah.
Not to help
Yeah.
you, but
Thank you. The reason, actually, I am gonna do that. You're seasick. But yeah, the reason that I keep forgetting to put them down is because we're playing with this terrain, and so I'm
Yeah.
not describing the scene as much.
I mean, you're describing it, but we're just not thinking about it.
well,
Yeah,
I'm not describing it
situational
with
aspect.
like aspects like I feel like you normally would.
And brought up a good point of element of surprise, perhaps
doing a great job.
Yeah, thank you, Kirby.
At this point, the element surprise
For this creature showing up, which I know that there's a stunt that you can if your person is unaware, you can use stealth to make it the first attack.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, just yeah. They spent their turn climbing up to the deck of the ship
Yep.
and announcing themselves in a freaky fashion. Okay.
But I do think also Blinding Storm is another.
Okay. Excellent.
thing
And that's for
that's-
the whole situation, not
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah, the slippery ice is anywhere down off the deck of the ship, but that's everywhere else.
blinding snowstorm.
Yeah.
so I'll end with you gaining a boost because we tied now.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
You could say you managed to.
Are you standing ground or are you like trying to get back to the ship?
Well, I was until I was emboldened by this bark skin, but you know, if you want to like
Don't stay.
have scratched like a weak spot in it.
Sorry, I'm just failing to come up with with a boost here.
You could alternatively add a checkbox to an existing aspect that's already out there. So you could be like, get another invoke of bark skin instead of a boost. That might be more powerful.
I'm getting the boost.
He's getting
Oh,
the boost
okay.
on me because he tied because of the seasickness.
Yeah. It could be in a rage.
Yeah, it's angry.
Blind.
It hates the
No.
It smells blood.
Sure. That sounds great. Thanks,
Curious, can he remove
Blanking on
an
ideas.
aspect using a boost, or does it not work like that?
Yeah, if he's still pinned, you can't really.
I feel like you.
Yeah, he has to
shit.
use an action to do it, though.
Yeah.
He's overcoming an obstacle
I meant
to
like
defeat the...
he gets a boost, right? I was wondering if he could remove an aspect, but you use the boost.
With the
then-
boost.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, that didn't sound. That sounds
Yeah.
pretty powerful.
Yeah.
It sounds overpowered.
I think he could use a move to overcome an obstacle to
Yeah.
destroy
Yeah.
an advantage created against him.
I was just curious about that.
If it makes sense.
Cool.
Yep. Okay.
Check me.
Alexi.
Yeah, Alexi's
Sorry.
turning.
Yeah, Alexi.
Well, time to return the favor.
And Yurik is on deck.
So I was running away, but
Oh god.
that would pin us between a was it Babadook? Koopalik?
Kalupalik.
Kalupalik. There we go.
Koopalik.
That would put us between a Koopalik and a I don't know.
Hard place.
Polar
Not a hard
lions.
place. A polar place.
Boar.
Polar bear.
Polar bear.
A cold
So-
place.
Cold place. Can I take a swipe at it and then move one zone back? Is that fine? Or is that too many actions?
I think you can, right?
Yeah.
You can act
move a
and-
zone and make an action.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't move all the way back, but you can get to the edge of the ship.
Yeah, I don't want to move all the way back
Yeah.
anyway. So I will definitely hack at it for sure.
Okay.
Go straight for the. Yeah, I'll go straight for the head. Why not? Since we've hit it 2 or 3 times already.
Right in the
So-
face.
Yeah. Pissed it off. Ooh, cool. Okay, so that's a 7.
Noise.
Damn.
Dang, 7, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking taking it.
I got a 5.
And can I spend a thing to make the damage worse?
Yeah.
I guess it depends
Yeah.
on
You can
whether or
input
not.
stuff.
Super Saiyan.
Pin to the ice hasn't even been used yet.
Yeah, it depends on if I need to, but I'm assuming I do.
It has a good bit of hit points, yeah.
Okay.
This thing's pretty tough.
Then yeah,
You
I'll
get that one
do
for
it.
free.
Yes.
Where's that pen?
Archer boat's not alive anymore.
In that case, after they've swiped at me and I can see I'm for the most part fine.
Some chips out of your bark.
Yeah,
skin.
I'm like kind of stretching a little bit, kind of getting used to my second skin here.
Doing like a. Just getting your muscles ready.
Wind up a little bit and then drag the sword over and just since it's pinned, I don't really have to like run at it. Just put it over my head with 2 hands and just come crashing down on its neck.
There's Shag. What up, Shag?
Hey, Shag. Sling the taco Drake.
That's it.
The taco dragon.
I would love
He's
to have
working.
a taco dragon right now.
The Draco taco.
Oh.
Yeah. How many shifts did you have, or like what was your total result?
Okay, so my two-handed sword is a +4, and then I added the pin to the ice for, I guess, is that 2 shifts or 1 shift?
So your sword. Well, so okay, sorry. You hit, right?
I hit, and then I wanted to spin to move it up.
Yeah, and when you hit, you had hit by like 2 shifts, correct? Like what
I
was
have
your
a
score
two-handed.
when you attacked? What was your result when you attacked?
It was a 7.
A 7. Okay, I had a 5, so you beat it by 2. Is what
Okay.
I was trying to figure out.
Oh, okay.
So you're attacking with your like long. What is it? A long sword?
Two-handed long sword.
Oh, two-handed. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a 4. Right. Weapon value 4. So you would be dealing 4 damage. If you spent that thing, you would be kicking up to a 4, which is the same result. So I don't know if it helps.
Yeah, you'd have to spend more.
You have to
another
spend
one
more
to get past it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Because your weapon does a base damage, just if you succeed.
Yeah, the 4 is a minimum.
Huh. So it doesn't just add to it?
No, that's the standard rule in Fate, but the problem with that is that, like, if you roll high, then you can just end up doing an insane amount of damage, whereas this is...
undo it then.
Yeah,
I just assumed this would add 2 shifts to it.
I assumed that it would too, but then that's why I was trying to calculate that, because I realized that was going to be happening.
Don't worry about it then, yeah. I'll just do the 4 damage straight to the...
Yeah, and it does 3 because it does have armor 3.
I'm going for a trophy.
So it reduces the damage by 1.
To mount on a wagon.
Great.
All right, that was Alexi, and Urek is up.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what to
Ash is
do.
up next.
Maybe. Do I notice that this thing has come aboard?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What? I mean, does it look strong?
Yeah. It does, yeah. It's imposing.
Itself up over the edge of the ship, flying to the side of the ship.
You should offer it some milk.
I guess does it look strong comparatively to me? Like, do I look like I can?
Should you be in fear of it?
You're a dwarf. It towers over you.
It's big and wiry and kind of freaky looking.
And does it look like it's an aquatic creature?
Yeah.
Probably not super stable on its feet.
I mean, not just aquatic. It's bipedal.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's not like a mermaid where it's like a fish bottom half.
But it's also like a swimming creature as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it probably has like fins and like gills and stuff, but
and it's not an animal, right? It's like a humanoid.
Humanoid.
Okay.
Think of it like a siren.
Yeah.
Its high aspect is a siren of the shifting sea. Merfolk. Kind of
don't like
enchantress.
I just don't like looking at it, and I just don't like thinking about it.
So
I think it's cool as shit, and I wish we had one on our crew.
It's cool.
Maybe we should get one on our crew.
Yeah. Like,
Seems like that could only go well.
Lhanji is just like, do you take cash?
Yeah.
Can I bribe you
Human
with more
sacrifice,
babies?
okay.
are there any more?
We have a Jimothy to offer.
He's quite good at deceiving, I'm just saying.
You thought you ate me.
Kirby brought up a good point.
That is a
it's-
very good point.
He's got a copper tongue, you know.
If all of it's done is look threatening and use deception to try and kill someone, Jimothy has done that. Nobody's tried to kill him.
Thank you.
You don't know if anyone's tried to kill him. or
Great
not.
point.
Thank you.
Oh man.
So I'm going to.
Also, hi, kitty in a hoodie.
Yikes! Are there any more harpoons around? I'll just keep throwing those things. I just don't have a weapon right now. I've been shoveling, or maybe I'll use my shovel.
Yeah, certainly better than what we've
Fun.
got.
I'll walk up to it and just tee off, I guess. On
All right.
Oh bueno. I got a +2. I got some fate tokens.
This is a fight.
Yeah. So I'll do. I feel like I'm going to be invoking this a lot during battle. On the battle chef of the Frostforge, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm using a big, what's effectively a spatula shovel. And I say something witty about putting them into a frying pan or something. I don't know.
Brother.
Frying pan.
Total 4.
A 4? Okay, yeah, you hit.
Nice. So what do shovels damages do?
I mean, like, maybe I think a 2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you do 2 shifts against it.
Cool. That's my turn.
Excellent.
Ash is up.
For creatures, once we hit their stress, do they have to start taking consequences?
Absolutely.
Or are they... Okay, so how many consequences until they're dead?
So this one has all 3. This one also has a mild consequence.
The Kupalik? Or
Mhm. Yeah, because these are main NPCs.
Okay.
I'm feeling, just based on my own personal feeling, I feel like Ash would be fucking freaked out at this point. He's far less seasoned and has not seen a lot of, has not seen much outside of the city that he grew up in. Fuck, man.
The Kalupalik does that thing where it's turning its head, but it like skips in that weird digital way where it's like suddenly like and then its head's like looking right at you. Yeah, totally. Exactly.
Well, he does have a baby face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He is the youngest on board.
Your young blood will have to do.
Oh, they do speak our language.
Disgusting.
Well.
Oh, we could talk.
Let's make a deal. Oh no!
Oh no, we didn't do the 1,000 view dance.
When did we hit?
I had no idea.
It must have been early.
1,000 views.
I missed it.
It's like cumulatively.
I'd be more
Yeah.
impressed with 1,000 subscribers.
Hey,
I also would.
beggars, choosers can't be.
I think Kirby's just fishing for a clip here.
Kalupalik for Prez.
What are we at? If we miss 1,000, we have to no dancing until 2,000.
Or no.
Okay, where were
No
we at
dancing till
here?
100,000.
Yeah,
You were
I honestly, I'm
1,038.
feeling like
Holy moly.
We'll dance for the outro.
Perfect.
I don't honestly.
Holy
I
whack-a-mole
feel
for the
like
Beach Boys.
I don't think I'm. I think I'm backing away from this thing. I think I'm trying to hide from it. I don't think he's stepping up into.
All right. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, you're gonna stealth.
I'm gonna use stealth to try and to hide from this thing because I feel like I'm not feeling. I'm gonna not be like the badass here, and I'm just gonna use stealth to try and hide. Just blank dice.
Yeah, just all blank.
This is where Ash's brain is.
Yeah, exactly.
You can invoke
I have a
Blinding Snowstorm.
I have +2 in stealth, and I will invoke blinding snowstorm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Do I need to invoke with one of these?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not free.
Yeah. Invoke blinding to try and hide behind the front mast.
Yeah, yeah,
basically.
totally.
Try and make myself not seen by this thing, because I am fucking freaked out by this thing.
The foremast.
I feel like I'm already in over my head, and my youth is showing a little bit here.
Oh, another character in over his head.
All right, Furla.
Sorry. I am going to. I'm going to use Handle Animal to try and scare this thing off. My argument is mostly that it's outnumbered. It seems like a stretch, but
You want to take my trophy away?
you want to hunt it? You want to kill it?
I want to skin that baby.
I want to
Where?
eat it.
I want to wear it as like a.
Wear it as a hat.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing that is
I would
unfortunate
fucking
is
love
that we're
if
out
you
on the
wore that as
ice.
a hat for the rest of the time.
All right, I'll use. I'm gonna use nature to entangle the Kulapalak. Does that sound good? Using the wood from the ship will grow out.
Oh, okay.
That's the way.
Okay. Yeah.
Not gonna slink away from us this time.
No, that's fine.
I got a 2.
Okay. What do you think it is athletics to try to get out of the way?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
I had a 1.
I'm going to invoke Mystical Tundra Dryad in search for the Home Grove in order to get it to the
Fucking
Succeed with
mystical.
Style. So, Entangled. With 2... I did that upside down. I hope that's not a problem.
Nice.
Oh gosh, Key.
I can't even read the card now.
I'm going home.
Unbelievable.
Going home.
Unforgivable.
In Tari led?
Okay.
Lhanji. So some roots grow out from the planks of the ship.
No, I don't think it's roots. I'm just imagining that it's literally like the planks of wood themselves are bending backward and like trying to like hook down its feet.
It's
or
the
something.
sound of like bending wood.
Yeah, and like the nails are all pulling back and the wood's curling. Mhm.
Do some repair for
That's
sure.
so fucking
Got
badass.
some bargaining chips.
I just got wood stuff.
I feel
Go
like
with
in
it.
that moment,
Go
Ash's,
with the wood
Ash's
stuff.
mind's kind of like blown by this type of magic he's never seen.
I mean, you could
before.
throw around fireballs. That's really
Yeah,
cool
but
too.
I feel like nature magic's something he probably hasn't come up around.
That's cool too, but
much.
like you have literally
feel like
fire
I wanna
magic,
make a
which is the
mental
opposite of
attack.
what
I
we're
wanna-
walking
I
into.
want to
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
It's true.
I
Walk
have
into
a
I actually thought about until you picked fire. I was thinking
stunt
like
that lets me use
fire.
deceive instead of
Have some
provoke to
fun.
make
Yeah.
mental attacks.
Okay.
I have a lighter.
So I guess I just have to come up with a kind of bluff
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
You trying to speak to it?
yes, I am. I got +2 deceive.
All right, I'm making a will save.
Yeah.
Ooh. I got a 6.
Yikes.
no Nakama today.
No Nakama today. Oh no.
I wanted my Jinbei.
It just wanted a family.
I just wanted a Jinbei.
Don't kill it.
So I would have to if I used a fate point. I would have to
You got a 2?
get a 3 on the dice to even
true.
tie that.
If you re-roll.
Yeah. Will's one of
That-
its stats. And its stats are pretty high.
Yeah, that seems.
You could also invoke
Well-
2 things.
Can't resist a gamble. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bling.
That seems like she's in.
Wow!
Damn.
Incredible. She called it.
Nice.
Fuck.
She called it.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
It seemed like she was causing herself trouble too.
I know.
Seems like she should use a.
Well.
I know it's.
It's
Yeah,
it's
that's
verging
so
on
good.
Spend it and get it back.
yeah.
I don't think you've quite found yourself in the position you were hoping to be in. You must be hungry, or you wouldn't have come into such a dangerous place. Perhaps there's another arrangement we could make.
Do you have a child, perhaps?
Ash just goes as far as he can. He's hiding down. He's hiding down.
Legally an adult?
Terrified of both of you now.
You're like over there trying to give your best impression of a deep voice.
Did you tie it in the end? Or?
We didn't bring
Okay,
any
yeah.
children in the cargo, you guys.
I know I packed one.
Oh, you packed a child?
Yes.
Okay.
But
it's
it's-
So you do get a boost
oh, it's
on the
deep,
tie.
deep in there.
Okay.
You never know when you need anyone for a bargaining chip.
Give it Jimothy. He's got the heart of a child.
Give it Jim.
I would just
Great
like to
call.
say,
You stalled it.
Yeah.
Jimmy threw
Yeah,
it.
we're, yeah,
stalled.
I'm buying for time.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. So she gets a boost, buying for time.
I'm out of cards.
Oh no!
Use the back of other cards.
You were the cod master.
Wait, I have the explorer's notebook.
Ah.
What happened to
Is it
that?
the giant cards
box
that I
full of
love so
cards?
much?
No.
That's too bad. These trees have fallen for the last time.
Kalupalov.
The Explorer's Notebook.
How lovely.
Well,
Do I even need one? It's a boost.
Against monsters. I got cards here.
Is it? Okay, yeah.
Too
Okay.
late.
So did you say that the polar lion needs to take an action to remove that?
Yeah.
End? Does it have to roll?
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that he can't
that it can't move
at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that it's technically not pinned to the ice, but that like harpoon is still stuck into its legs, so it
Yeah.
can still be used against it.
Be hobbling towards you.
Yeah, exactly. But it is coming up, and
Makes sense you can't.
well, I'm not gonna use it yet, but it smells blood, so it's coming for
Just you.
Alexei.
Better watch out.
Alexi's still one-on-one versus this.
I know, man.
Polar lion.
1v1. Final destination. Scope,
All right.
Dude,
I am gonna
feel that.
invoke the smells blood. So I've got a
bro. Oh, I need
7 against you.
Jesus Christ.
You can do it.
Here we go.
Alexi just straight up.
No. That's a 2 right there.
You can invoke if you.
Oh, I could reroll. That's true too.
You could reroll. You also could spend a fate point to invoke the bark skin to effectively reduce the damage that you're taking, right?
Mm-hmm. And the damage gets healed at the end of each
Stress does.
Stress does, but not consequences.
Okay, how many shifts would it be if I didn't spend a token?
Well, right now, what did you have? A 2?
2.
It had a 7, so
That's
5
5.
shifts.
If I spent 1, that brings it down to
3.
Yeah, that's fine.
3 stress.
Yeah. Spend it on the bark skin.
The bark skin.
Take some 3.
All right. Yeah. So it bites on you. You like raise up your forearm or something as it lunges toward you, and you invoke the bark skin. So it.
Can I also invoke pinned by the ice that it was?
Yeah.
It was hobbled.
Yes.
So it kind of was a bit of a clumsy move.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Totally.
Coming back.
So that means you take 1. You take 1 stress, 1 physical stress instead. Okay. The
Is that a Smash Brothers reference?
Kalupalik.
I don't know.
Yeah.
1v1 Fox only no
Oh, I made
items.
that
Yes.
reference. I said
Yeah.
Final Destination. Right?
Oh, yeah,
1v1 me, bro.
Final destination, no
Destination.
items. That's a
Fox only.
Fox only. That's cool.
The Kalupalik looks at you, Longy, as you're like having this conversation with it, and you're like, you're out of your element. And it is using enchantment magic on you.
That's scary.
Yeah, and it
will save.
yeah, it's a will save.
That's
Minus.
very brutal over here.
Ouch. Oh.
Can't resist
That
it.
would take me from a 2 down to a -1.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, so right now it's succeeding with style against you, and it is basically turned to you, and its head is like turned to the side, and its mouth like grows basically impossibly huge. It's not actually happening, but it's a fear spell against you. It's trying to like frighten you, right?
Okay, well-
By just giving you like a kind of a grotesque mouth open.
A gate.
We have so much further to go. I'm an adventurous aristocrat, and I hate to lose. I'm
Okay.
not stopping now.
You might be able to justify the fact that it's entangled as
It's not as scary because I know it can't come after me.
yeah. I don't know.
Just so you know, it is at right now. It had a total of an 8. I rolled well, and it has a high bonus.
You are like on a roll, literally.
So I-
Well, I also built these guys with high bonuses so that I would be succeeding anyway. Because you guys got to take some
This is
damage.
a game master. You can do that.
Fair. And
Cheating is
he's,
normal.
He's trying to kill us.
Yep. Literally.
Got an 8.
Yeah. I got an
Journey, guys.
8.
This is,
I know,
this is
it's
neat.
crazy.
This is a neat thing.
I was thinking earlier that
You can always pass off consequences.
Can you
Maybe it
You make
just
sense of
jumps
your
off the ship. He's so scared.
You can kill off one of the minor NPCs.
If
Have the dog die of fright.
I'm just trying to calculate. So right now, I
The landscape
It can
painter's
be
like,
something.
"Oh, this."
It can be completely like different the next day or something even.
And
So
then
it'd still
if I
be
use
succeeding with
that,
style.
yeah.
Succeeding style is 4.
I don't think.
Yeah, I think it's 4. Is it 3? 3 is succeeding with style.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you're
Even
gonna
if I
have to-
invoked everything I could, that
You're
I
gonna have to
could
enjoy
close
this
the
one.
margin.
Mm-hmm.
Tingle.
Is this an attack? Like, is it dealing
It
stress?
I think it is. Yeah.
In which case, you would want to
you're
mitigate
reducing damage.
the amount of damage that you're taking by everything that you boost will.
Yeah,
reduce
so
it
it's
by
less
2.
about it succeeding with style and more about like how many shifts that it's taking against you, how many mental shifts.
Well, I would like to use Entangled to
Yeah.
say that
I think
at
that's
least
fair.
I know it can't come at me.
Yes.
So the rational part of my brain that's left has that passing thought.
It's not as freaky because it's like
Yeah.
help.
Couldn't you also use the buying for time?
That
you know,
actually
that
might
you
make it
have?
more freaky.
You were able to communicate with it earlier.
My imagination is.
Like if you're trying to rationalize,
Filling
you're like,
me with
well, I know I was able to.
Yeah, well, I guess like I know that.
Like where did the bravado go from earlier? You could still be riding off the fumes of that. Is there, Could you justify that?
Or yeah, I mean, I feel like the way fates work is everyone always tries to justify everything.
Yep.
I'm
But
just trying to throw out
if
ideas.
he buys it, then it's good, right?
Let's see. Justifying the fact that I was playing for time to counteract a fear attack.
I'm saying in terms of like your attempt to buy for time. You had the bravado from earlier.
Yeah, I felt like playing for time was sort of not a great boost today. Like, what were you actually trying to do?
Like if you take the intent,
Were
like
you
take away the name
gaining
and look
Is that
for
what
the-
you were trying to do?
Yeah, I was engaging it in conversation so combatants could.
Yeah, I mean the fact that you saw that it could be reasoned with gives you enough of a poise in the moment as it's trying to scare you to be like, I know that you're like you can be reasoned with, so you can kind of brace yourself against a fear attack.
Like if you're having basically like a waking night terror, you're like, okay, I know it's entangled, so it's not gonna actually reach for me.
I've engaged with it once as a kind of like mental opponent.
Yeah, you're a shrewd negotiator.
I don't know.
Is that one of your aspects?
No.
Okay, so
Already
where are we at?
We're at-
You've done a couple.
If you let me use the boost, we can get up to
I'll give it to you.
6. So that's up to 6.
Okay, and it had an 8. So you
Yes.
take 2 mental shifts.
Is the polar bear gone yet?
Just about.
Absolutely not.
Then he's up.
You better watch out. I'm gonna vivisect.
Oh, it already went. It bit
Oh.
Alexi. We went through that.
Oh, that's why I
Yeah.
asked if he
I'm
went.
over here. Really,
Oh, sorry. I thought you said if it had.
No, yeah.
I thought you were asking if it had like gone, if it had left. Yeah.
Okay, so Alexi's up.
Sweet. Well, I'm gonna continue to try to finish this thing off. So we're right up next to the ship, right?
Yeah.
So he's like basically kind of like pinned me up against it, not like literally, but like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. You don't have a
And I'm,
lot of
like,
room
right
to
next
maneuver
to
at
you.
this point. And there is like, you know, of course the ice is like cracked next to the ship, right? So there's a gap there too that you'd have to mind.
Okay.
But there is some sort of thing associated with getting on the ship faster, right?
Yes.
There's
the
a boarding net. Yeah,
Mhm.
because I was thinking about doing some fun like theatrical moves on it, but I'm essentially gonna like I know I've already like carved a good chunk into its neck, so I think I'm gonna either hack away at that again or
Cut it down like a tree.
well, it's either that or split it open. Might as well literally skin it alive. So I can...
Yeah.
Just cut-
That's
cut
just
out the
it makes
whole
it
time.
easier for later. I'm just trying to save time here. But
Yeah, I'll hack away again at the split in its neck. Wasn't great.
This is your fight
Yeah.
against the polar lion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking hell.
I had an 8.
Yikes.
Shit. I feel like I'm feeling real confident last week.
I'd like to reroll with your dice. Oh boy.
It won't work. It's not the dice. It's the fact that I'm the GM who's wielding them.
Can you not just spend a token to reroll? Do you have to
When you
justify
use a
somehow?
token, you use it's invoking an aspect.
Okay. Well, let me figure out how to justify that then.
I mean, you can still invoke this stuff like pinned or blinded.
Or ice.
Oh, yeah.
Or
You just pay for it.
Yeah.
storms.
So then
the
I
storm.
will.
This is, what was the other one? The storm one? The blinding storm or whatever.
Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, I'll just pay for the pin by the ice to reroll. Please be better. Okay. So that's a 5. And I gotta beat an 8.
Yeah.
Alright, so we did pinned, and then I can do blinding rolls would be 7. No, I don't think that's gonna work.
Alright, your guys' fate
I could
tokens are
use-
finally starting to look tapped.
I
I mean, I know that you guys are all like acting frightful of these things, but also you guys have hardly taken any damage, and
Can I
Yeah, we haven't
use
taken
the boarding net
consequences.
as well?
Yeah, no consequences
To say
yet.
that I was using that to get like
except
a
the
good angle at it.
seasickness. Say it again.
Could I use the boarding net since I'm nearby it to say that I was going at it, trying to get a better angle at it?
To attack it, I don't
Yeah.
think so. I don't
Okay.
see
You could
that.
also use blinded though, like you're like it's pinned and blinded.
Yeah, I just
get-
don't want to burn
oh.
all the tokens though.
Oh, gotcha.
Every single one.
I mean, yeah, you're not removing them from the board. You're spending your fate points.
He was going after this free one.
Right.
Oh, gotcha.
How much? Well, I guess I don't know that. So I'll have to do 1 to get it to 7, and then another to get it to 9. Pinned. Yeah, that's fine. Spin them both. So pinned, and then blinded, and then no, I don't have any others. I already used the pinned.
Slippery ice.
Yeah, if I could invoke that.
Yeah, these are for anyone to invoke. You just have to spend the points to do it. These are like environmental.
Yeah, I'll do it. So slippery ice.
Yeah, as it's moving towards you, it slides across the ice.
I mean, it's already got like basically a crippled like leg, so that puts me up to a 9.
Okay, so you beat it. It does not damage you.
No, I was attacking.
Oh, sorry. You were other way around. And it had an 8 fight. Okay. Okay. Gosh. And you basically tapped everything. Well, except for smells blood.
Well, if it's used that already, it was a boost.
You're right.
So it's gone,
sorry.
yeah.
Smells blood isn't there anymore. So it can't do that. And I'm gonna use Blinding Ice Storm to shield, snow blows across.
I kept wondering like, where is that? Okay.
There's a lot going on.
So I just barely miss.
Yep.
Graze it. Okay. I'm okay with that.
Sorry. It's making you spend your resources though.
I'm making you spend yours.
Yep. Indeed.
All right, Uric.
So I'm going to take a swing at its head with my shovel. I don't want to do physical damage.
Are you going after the Koopa Lake?
Yep, I'm standing right in front of it. I am going to create I'm just going to try to create an aspect of woozy. So basically kind of like make it like mentally like sort of like just create that aspect or whatever about it. Like dizzy or something like mentally sort of like basically like I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, dazed.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Not really dazed. I'm not trying to like stun it. I'm trying to like make it like an aspect that people could potentially invoke if they were being like mentally attacked.
Yeah, like
a
concussion or something. Oh.
Like, so if someone was trying to make a defense, it'd be like easier because they can invoke this aspect. Or
to its mental.
Yeah, but hit it by hitting it in the head. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Dizzy.
Fucking concussed.
Yeah, concussed.
Whoop whoop. Absolutely nothing. And I'm using. Is this just a fight?
Probably so. Yeah.
Okay. That's wretched.
You're just swinging a hammer. Is it? Can you justify using athletics instead of fight for defending? Mm-hmm. Does that like always seem reasonable?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that seems
well.
between like a dex
It might
roll.
be. It might only be against ranged attacks.
Well, I got a 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna spend a fate point to reroll.
Okay.
And I'm gonna. Actually, it's entangled.
It
So
is.
I'll use that last
Okay.
entangled to with that free invoke. Golly. Okay. I got a 1.
It had a 3.
Yeah. Shit. I'm not spending these last 2 for this. I fail.
Athletics is a catch-all to roll for defense in physical conflict against close quarters or ranged attacks.
Cool.
You can also use it to defend against characters trying to move past you if you're in a position to physically interfere with whoever is making the attempt.
Attack of opportunity. Okay, cool.
Failure.
Yeah, so you were attacking it, or not attacking, but creating the aspect. You did not succeed.
Right.
Got it.
All right, Ash is up.
Ash, I was gonna say that you sat out your turn. If you like maybe sipped on your bottle that you got inside of your robe there, then you were maybe compelling your character and would have received a hero point for it.
That honestly, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, and that should have been last turn because you did nothing with it. You were role playing that you're like not cowardly, but like that you're young and you're green and you're like breaking in this moment.
Yeah.
But if you had used
to invoke my sort of my trouble, I get back to there and I swig away.
Yeah. So you should.
Okay,
you
cool.
should have an extra
that's
fate point.
exactly what I was going to try and do right off the bat here. I have a question, though. Can I... is there at any point we can involve our main NPCs in this fight?
Absolutely. Yes.
You can make a move, like, you can take your turn with either you or your main
either
NPC.
or, but not both? I kind of want to go Enchantress against Enchantress here. Yeah, let's try that out since that sounds like fun. I feel like Tay has come up on the deck at some point in the past, and she has seen and she saw the enchanting happening against Longy here, and she sees it for what it is, and I think she is going to attempt to come out and face this creature and enchant it into feeling frightened and feeling outmatched.
Okay.
And feeling like it wants to
Cool.
protect its own safety.
So it's making a will save.
Fuck me.
Reroll.
Yeah,
invoke something and reroll.
Yeah. I'm gonna infect.
Right now, I got a 5. Just so you know.
Okay. I'm going to.
She's totally capable of beating that, though. She has a high.
Yeah, she does have high. She has 3.
4. 3.
She has 3.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'm going to invoke protect. She's again. She sees. I think she's seen the state that Ash is in. She's feeling protective. Invoke that to reroll.
Come on.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's a 2.
You're at a 2.
Yeah.
They had a, what did I say, 5?
Yeah.
You could always,
There's no
We got 1
freezies.
point left.
There's no freezies, and I really want to save that point for Ash next turn, so I'm going to. She doesn't do it, and she just fails.
Alright.
About time our luck ran out.
You know. All right, Furla.
You guys are doing fine.
I know.
I still don't think anybody's taken a consequence. So far, the most dangerous thing that has happened is the seasickness.
Yeah.
Right, everyone got fucking seasick.
That's what I was thinking.
But that's bad because if we get something that would have been a mild consequence, it's now going to be
Yeah,
moderate.
It is really dangerous.
Furla is going to. All right, so I'm using Handle Animal to create an advantage against this creature of like calming it. But the way I'm justifying this is like I'm pulling out some kind of food or some kind of rations from my cloak and like doing a vine, like reaching out and like coaxing it and calming it and making like it's Handle Animals. I'm making like polar bear sounds to like calm it and whatnot. And I'm kind of like also with my other hand making some kind of gesture to Alexi to like wait until it's like this is the bullfighting thing, right? Where you're like I'm like calming it and having it stand still so that you can sneak around and
Stab
and
it.
get the strike,
Sick.
right? That's my
You're taking its lion
my
down.
thought process. Wow,
God
it's
damn.
tragic.
These
And
rolls
then
are...
a 0. All right.
A 0. And this is okay. So,
You could probably roll opposed.
yeah,
will.
you don't know you don't really know its aspects yet. You would have had to have done
I know it's
something
an
to learn.
apex
You do know
predator.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
You know it's a
Okay, so just to like break the wall, because I want to know how to handle this in the future. You are kind of appealing to its trouble, although you don't know it.
its trouble is that it's a fucking wild animal.
Its trouble is that it has a hypersensitive sense of smell, and I think
Yeah.
you're putting this
So
meat in front of its
You
face.
can use empathy to like learn other things, troubles, like
Right.
learn their aspects. But the thing is that I am trying to create an advantage because I want there to be the free points out
Yeah.
there. So I'm trying to calm it.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah, and
necessarily know
you would have had to have known that to invoke it,
Yeah.
like against it or
Exactly.
something. Yeah. So yeah, you have to reveal. You have to reveal it.
What does it have though on a? How close am I?
Okay, this is what
I'm at a 0.
what should it make? What kind of check should
I
it
guess it
make
could be
here?
will.
Doesn't have will, but
Roll smells blood.
I got a 1.
Okay.
It doesn't have any points in will.
I am a mystical tundra dryad. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah.
Is there any other
I am
Sours.
also a moment in the future.
There are some more cranberries.
So if I
over
see
there,
it
but
start to
they're-
get weird,
Uh-huh.
because I'm being too
Very cold.
aggressive, I back off.
I'm gonna need
Okay.
it because I think
Cool.
things are about to take a turn.
Yeah, we're not.
So
on
I think
this
I
fight
succeeded
yet.
with style then, right?
Yeah.
So I did 0 plus, or yeah, 0 plus 4, so 4. So I had a great. Is it calmed?
You know Mantis Man.
Is it eating out of my hand?
No, I think it's
That's the aspect.
it's more so that it's like focused on the food.
Okay, focus on the food.
Yeah.
Focus.
Its focus has shifted off of you guys and onto the
Focus on
food.
the family.
And I succeeded with style, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yes. About time we have good success going on here.
kissed on the food.
All right.
Smell weird. Yeah, I don't know.
The ceiling.
The weird thing is that using like fate tokens to get invokes is kind of like a weird handoff of things.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I used 2 in order to get 2 that he could use them. So it was just kind of the.
Yeah, that's why sometimes using 2 to get anything is like sounds. It's like that's a lot.
It is. Yeah.
But sometimes that.
But I
makes
can't
the
hurt it.
difference
Like I don't have
between-
fight powers, and he does. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was me, and Lhanji is up.
Yeah, I think after Longy, we could essentially break and come back to this mid fight. I'm totally cool with that
Okay.
because it's getting kind of late.
Sure.
But that'll end the round, and I'm at the top of the round. So, what do you think?
Yeah. Get a picture of all the.
Everything's
No, I
ready.
think we just keep
Yeah.
we
Keep all the
put them
cards.
all in a bundle, and
I could keep the ones that are.
we know
tied to
we
me.
know what's happening here. We really don't need. Yeah, it would be easy to
I
recreate.
think I'll try to do that exact same strategy, but with the creature on board.
Kalupalik.
Yes, Kalupalik. So I would like to create an advantage if I can by tempting it with a child that does
here's one.
exist but is not here. So I'll be deceiving it.
Okay, so you're convincing it that there is that you have one.
Yeah, I rolled 3 minuses.
I think it's because you're rolling on this rubber. You need to
No.
find something.
It's definitely the rubber.
What are my choices?
Roll in the
Move all your
library.
junk here.
That's where the rubber
Excuse me. I'll roll over here next time.
Sorry, I blocked your rolling.
No,
area.
it's good. I didn't bring my snazzy little book.
You can roll inside this castle.
I think it's fair to compel my secret aspect here.
Yeah.
Listening.
Yeah, you do have to give up a secret. It's particularly to the people that are on the deck here
please,
with you.
Here, let's get a good one.
Ash is gonna witness, and Yurik. What is going on over there, you guys? It's like the Heroes Guild
over here.
How is it I have yet to drop dice this week, but you guys are dropping them all
Oh, and
over
you
the
still have to
Curse
tell
with
us
the
all of the
slippery
things.
It's a
fingers.
+1. There is a child.
You had a 1.
Roll bad, roll bad, roll bad, roll bad, roll. Sorry, Josh.
Wait, there is a child? Is that the secret?
She's saying that there is.
I have a
She's
daughter.
getting this.
Yeah, she hasn't revealed the secret yet.
That's not bad.
Or
That's not bad enough.
yeah, no, it succeeds. It's at a 5.
It doesn't smell any children on board.
I do not smell.
It might smell like goat.
I smell ghosts.
No, it definitely does not smell any children on board. I don't
Yeah,
think,
but
does
I
it?
did no.
No. Yeah.
I don't know. All sorts of things were snuck on board.
Wait, you still have to reveal something
Yeah, I
about
said
yourself.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
only to the
said
people that are nearby, right?
I have a daughter.
Oh, okay. That was. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure that you were alluding to it being your daughter, or that it was
I
somebody
said,
else's.
there's a child. I have a daughter.
Sorry, I missed that.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Secret hype.
Mm-hmm.
Secret hype.
Daughter she hasn't talked about yet.
Oh.
And Yurik turns around, mouth agape, staring at you.
Eyebrows, eyebrows.
Totally believe.
Meanwhile, we're standing on the side of a ship. A giant lion.
Wait, what? She's a dog? Jesus.
No, actually, because of the narrative, it's actually really pretty quiet down on the side of the ship. But probably we didn't hear it because it's a blizzard storm. So, but yeah, right now we're like,
Me and the Kalupra Nick
Cooperling.
are now like
Cooperling.
looking at each other like, did you know she had a daughter?
what?
Yeah, except the Kalupalik is doing it because it thinks it's funny to pull one over on you.
Yeah.
Now I'm deceived due to your bad roll.
All right, should we wrap up then?
We should, yeah. But we will continue this. We'll like just be kicking off right into the fight next week. So when you tune back in, make sure you're there.
Your fate die that you had in this fight.
Yeah, you maybe write it on your character sheet.
No, I mean, technically we'll refresh at the beginning of the session, but...
Oh, even in the midst of a fight?
That's
Baller.
Really?
I would have spent more time.
That's up to interpretation.
I spent well then.
Yeah, I guess it...
Interesting.
We could finish the fight and then say it's a new session.
I might choose to do that. Finish the fight and then refresh.
You just want to kill somebody.
It seems weird for our enemies.
Well, but there are also
like,
people who haven't spent them yet, who could spend them yet. So.
Well, I was thinking.
And yes, I want to kill you. Yeah.
Yes.
Untrue.
You'll never get Timothy.
It's our second week,
yes.
and no one's fucking dead. No one's
Yeah.
even broken their ankle.
No one has even taken really a consequence other than being sick.
Oh, I'm sure things will ramp up real quick.
I'm disappointed so far.
Yeah. I mean, Kalima's got an empty stomach. That's
What do
No good.
you feel about Kirby's prediction here?
Dance Dance Revolution for the stream.
All right,
Nice.
you guys... Wait, Dance Dance
That's
Revolution?
terrifying.
Oh no, Timothy's mother.
Dance time, boys? Okay,
That's the
this can
best
be our
thing I've
break.
ever heard.
Oh, we have to dance outro,
Dance outro?
right? Are we breaking?
It's time to get funky, 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 funky. Clap, 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 clap your hands.
This is not